Hey, yo, Five Tribe.
What up?
Let's welcome all our friends and enemies. Let them know this is Lakers Land. Hey, yo, Tribe, holla at them, fam.
This is the Lakers and Five Tribe, Lakers and Five Live. DJ engineered it so you know that the vibe ride. Over here at Lakers, ain't no hessies or pump fakes. You can hit the link, nigga, get your take.
It's the Lakers and Five Live, you know that it's showtime. Facts with stats, you know that we never lie. If a debate ever arrive, we never decline. It's like an and one to the free throw line. You know we shine bright. In our purple and gold, we go live from the Motor City down to the West Coast. We colder than a step back to a fadeaway. Got YouTube on lock like Bando in a passing lane.
Pass the rain, pass the rain, pass the rain. This is the Lakers and Five Tribe, Lakers and Five Live. DJ engineered it so you know that the vibe ride. I'm out.
What's up, everybody? Jrue Sports Junior hosting for today. Cuba Thompson, get ready to start at 10 p.m. Eastern time. If this is your router, well, you're absolutely wrong. So how about that? You might as well send $5 super chat for you being wrong for that. Dylan the villain Brooks said, "Yo, I think Rob will not make any moves. I think he will stand pat and run it back with the same roster, dog. He better not. If the nigga won his job still, you better not run it back. You better not even you better not think about it, because if you're thinking about it, well, Mark don't play around. I hope people understand that. Like, he's not just going to let Rob Pelinka stand and pat. If you don't make any improvements, you're out of here. But I definitely see what you're talking about, though. Let's see here. We got purple and gold. What is happening, Lakers and Five family? Robbie P. Let's go Triple J or Bam, make it happen. Salute to you, bro. Hopefully everything is good with you. Salute to Cuba. Salute to Tiffany. Salute DJ and everyone. Celtics ain't playing around. Everyone hit the like button and become a net. Yes. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and become a member if you're not new. Happy Tuesday to Daniel. Barry Sports Highlight. Salute to Joe. Salute to the go. Honestly, DK, don't know what's going to happen, but Rob is under heavy. Yeah, tick. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Salute, go James. Salute, H Davis, bro. Hopefully everyone's doing well. But so we're going to talk about the Celtics. F Boston. We all hate Boston here, but we're going to have to talk about the Celtics trade first, because that's what Boss Man DJ told me to do, and then we'll talk about Bam Adebayo or Andrew Wiggins, or potentially both, um, being a Los Angeles Lakers. So, yesterday, Shams posted that the Boston Celtics are trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons and two future second round picks. The Yeah, I know, Bison. We're going to talk about that too. We're also going to talk about how my Atlanta Hawks also got Porzingis today. But either way, let's talk about the news with Portland and stuff first. But you know, I know we hate Boston. However, I'm going to give Boston credit. Um, Again, I hate Boston with all my heart. Screw Boston, F Boston. I hope they're garbage for the rest of their lives until I'm dead and gone. But it's not happening. So with this trade that they did, with that they made at the middle of the night, right? You are 15 before they traded Porzingis. You was $15 million under the second apron. You get. I'm thinking the Celtics are going to salary dump Drew Holiday. Turns out you're giving up a old, washed, like, negative asset in Drew Holiday, which he's a good player, but in my opinion, he's not worth $34 million. Like, you just cannot convince me that a 35-year-old Drew Holiday who's finna retire soon is worth that type of money. I know why he made that type of money, but his production, he's declined offensively. You can make a debate if that's like him being in a role or whatnot, but still. Uh, but the Celtics. saved $15 million, and they was $15 million, you know, away from being below the second apron. The Celtics made that trade, of course, to get under the second apron to stop paying for the luxury tax. And I think before they traded, Drew Holiday and Porzingis, they're like they was paying like a half a million half a billion dollars for that team. And since Jason Tatum is out, they had no other choice. So for people that said, well, why would the Celtics trade this guy, why would they do that? Because they're trying to get under the luxury tax, and they're just trying to get off of big long-term contracts. And then today, um the Hawks, get Porzingis. The Celtics trade Porzingis to us. Um, they get George Niang, and the Brooklyn Nets was a part of the deal too, where they get Terrence Mann and the 22nd overall pick from, I think, the Lakers, because the Pelicans had our pick. Then remember we trade from DeJounte Murray, and then the trade goes to Atlanta. Then now it's going to Brooklyn. So Brooklyn has like six first round picks, which, if I'm not mistaken, let me go look because I posted it in my Discord server. They have how many picks? Let me see. They have the eighth pick, the 19th pick, the 22nd pick, the 26th pick, and the 27th pick. So that's, them, the Hawks salary dump, because Brooklyn wants expiring contracts or whatnot. And you know, um they just, Brooklyn trying to rebuild. They're trying to just build for the future and everything. They're trying to go that OKC route and everything. So that's what happened with that. And well, what does that have to do with the Lakers? Well, that's a good question, because maybe we can make deals where now, like, since, this is, of course, we're gonna talk about Bam and Andrew Wiggins, but let's talk about that. So maybe we can, I know we don't like Boston, but maybe we can work at a deal to where we can get Derek White. You know what I mean? Since they're under the second apron, we can maybe get Derek White, Quetta. We can give up Rui, Reeves, and whoever else for those guys. If not as cool, or since I still expect the Hawks to draft a center because Porzingis is very injury prone. I can see the Hawks draft another center, and due to that fact, Okongwu is most likely, Capella's not coming back, and Okongwu is most likely not coming back. Like I've said this on Twitter Spaces. People say, "Well, why would the Hawks want to trade Yeka Okongwu?" Because we're the Hawks. Um, and I think that we're most likely, the Hawks are most likely going to trade him. So maybe Okongwu's the option or something. But either way, back to Bam Adebayo or Andrew Wiggins to the Lakers. So Bam Adebayo was favored according to Buha official. NBA Central posted it yesterday. Uh, that the Lakers are favored to get Bam Adebayo. So we're going to talk about the pros, the cons with Bam Adebayo, and everything. So I know a lot of Laker fans like Bam Adebayo, including myself. I'm a huge fan of Bam Adebayo. He's a very good player. He's like Anthony Davis type defensively. He has developed his three ball. He's trying to work on that, which I like. He's like 27, 26, 28 years old. He's in Lucas Tom line range. Um, and he's, again, like, you could put him at the 4, you could put him at the 5. He's probably better at the 4. But Bama's a very good player. Now the concerns is he's 6'9" or 6'8". Like, he's an undersized center that's making, after this season, he'll make $51 million, then 53, and then I think 57, and then he's a free agent after that. He signed that 3-year max contract extension, and respectfully, I like Bam Adebayo, but I am not a huge fan of that contract. That contract, um, yeah, go James. As a matter of fact, he did. He's improved. He's been taking more threes and more. I'll look at his stats and everything, but I want to go to Bison's comment, excuse me, before I bring up Bam stats. So he said, I've heard more Jaylen Brown trades than Derek White. Yeah. But both of them are both of them are available to trade according to Shams. So yeah, Goat James. As a matter of fact, let's look at his stats. Bam Adebayo. But make sure you guys send super chats. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to DJ and everything. So this season for Bam Adebayo, um, he averaged 18 points per game, 9.6 rebounds because Clearware they had him at the center position. Um, 4 assists. He's a very good playmaker too. He's a very nice playmaker that I like. However, he shot 48% from the field as a center. That's not good. But the reason why I'm gonna give him a pass is because, right? Is because he shot 35.7% from three, shot 76.5% from the free throw line. Very good defender, very good defensively, impactful on both sides of the ball. But yeah, he has developed his three ball, like I said. So he shot 35% from three for a center. That's very good. That's very good for a center. So just keep that in mind. Like I like Bam Victor, but I don't want to trade for that contract, man. Like if he was making like 35 to 40, sure. 50, I'm not doing that. And then I don't like him as my second option when LeBron James retires. Um on how many attempts? That's a good question. On 2.8 attempts, 2.8 attempts. But for a center, that's pretty good. Like centers don't usually take a lot of threes. They're more like a lob threat or rim runner. That's Bam, but he's also developed that three ball to where like takes 2.8 attempts for a center. That's good. I'd like for him to get to 3 to 4, but when he does when he do shoot the three ball, it does hit for him for the most part. So yeah. So he says, yeah, that's for a guard or for a wing that's decent. For a center, there's different standards, so that's very good. But I do agree with you. Fambo podcast said Giannis might want to go to the Warriors. I don't know why. The fit is there, but who they're going to trade for him? And you have a 37-year-old Stephen Curry, who's injury prone. You have a 36-year-old Jimmy Butler, right, who's on a $60 million contract, pretty much. And you're not gonna have a bench and everything. So if he wants to go there, cool. So he can say, hey, I want to win the championship. Cool, good for him. But yeah, so anyways, Victor said, I will love Bama the Lakers. I will too. He also said, is Asia Wilson including that? With that, let me stop. Yeah, because Bam Adebayo, Asia Wilson are dating, right? So yeah, you get her in that trade package too. Terrell Willis said, salute, salute. Cuba said, dang, I'm surprised Gerald started on time. Yeah, nigga, you might as well send that super chat, nigga. Yeah, nigga. How about that? Doing all that hating. Send that super chat right now, nigga. Can we get Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington? Yeah. I mean, yeah, but how I don't know. Like, yeah, you can get them, but the question is that people need to keep in mind. Does Nico Harrison want to trade with the Lakers again? I know he probably don't care, but does the front office besides him wants to trade with the Lakers again? And that to me is a no, right? I don't know. Now I like Gafford and I like PJ Washington, but when I watched them in the finals against the Celtics, PJ was good. He was good defensively. He couldn't hit his three ball though. That's the problem. Gafford, good lob threat, good rebounder, a decent rim protector, good shot blocker. But you're gonna have to face teams to where they're gonna have a 5-out offense and they're gonna force Daniel Gafford out of the paint to where they can just keep attacking the paint and Gafford can't get back on time because he's athletic and everything, but his foot speed wise, he can't switch onto guards or wings or whatever. He can from time to time, but no. But either way, I like Gafford, but I'm staying away from him. I like PJ Washington. I'm staying away from him though. Cuba said Gafford signing an extension with in Dallas. Yep. Go James just said earlier. That's decent. How many players is Jrue willing to trade this time? Well, since Bam Adebayo, this is why I don't like Bam Adebayo's contract, dude. This is why, before people say, hey, I would like Bam Adebayo, or hey, I would like this player here, you got to include context to it. So let me pull up the trade machine. Let me pull up the trade machine for you guys. Um, Real quick. So let's do the Lakers. And let's do the what was it? The Heat? Yeah, the Heat. So let me do the Heat. Let me see. Let me see. It won't show. Okay, cool. Also, people gotta keep in mind too, like y'all would like Bam here, but the question is, are okay, so now his contract is $37 million. Now I will make this trade. I would make this trade if his contract was like this throughout his whole contract. But after this year, he'll make $57 million, so which is a problem. But for now, it won't be an issue. So Bam Adebayo's contract is again $37 million. Let's put him in on the Lakers. We'll have to trade Rui Hachimura, right? You're gonna have to add Shake Milton. I will throw in Austin Reeves and Dalton Connect. Um, I'll throw in Maxi Kleba and let me see here. And Gabe Vincent, right? But that's the thing. Outgoing. So Bam's contract $37 million, right? So I have Gabe traded, or we can remove Gabe for now, but we will have to add like another contract or so, which is a problem with me. You know what? Let's remove Shake because I don't think Shake is worth it, Brody. You know what? We'll just do Austin Reeves. Just F it, bro. Just F it. We'll do Austin Reeves. We'll do Austin Reeves. So for the Heat, dang, we're training all white boys at this point, nigga. Oh, that's crazy. Kind of is, bro. Okay, yeah, whatever. So we'll be trading Dalton Connect, Austin Reeves, Max C. Kleba, and Gabe Vincent, and we just get Bam on a bio back. So for this situation, I will trade 2 pick swaps and a 2031 first. And of course, my guess is the trade is going to work. Okay, so the trade does work. Shows all financial stuff, everything, boom. So that's fine. Now, for this, since we're talking about both Bam and Andrew Wiggins, we're gonna have to do this. So before the trade, you have a 9-man roster. Sure, no problems, no biggie. Cool, whatever. So with this, we're trading Vando, and then we'll trade, that, boom. And I like Hayward Highsmith. I like that a lot. So let's do that. Outgoing, incoming. So you're gonna have to trade 70 something plus $1 million in salary. Now you don't have to. If I remove Hayward Highsmith, you don't have to, but I want another 3-and-D guy to where he can come off the bench. Or you can start him too, and you could have Andrew Wiggins at the 2. So for this, let me see if I can show my screen here. Can he still be traded? Yeah, he can still be traded, but we'll have to wait. What's up, Westwood? Victor said, I'm so glad we didn't trade for Zinger. Yeah. Go James said, uh, hell no. Then he said, why would they pay him an extension then immediately trade him? Because now you can get so Cuba, like with the Gafford extension and stuff, you can trade Gafford and you could probably get what you call it. You can get more assets and stuff because due to the fact that he was expiring, teams are not going to want to give up a lot and then knowing that he's going to leave. But due to the extension, he's going to have to stay with whoever that trades for him. Um, and they can get absolutely what. So, Go James said, Clint, salute, bro. Bison puts the skull. I don't know why. Can it be? No, it can't be a sign and trade. It cannot be a sign and trade due to the fact that um he just signed a contract extension. Now, if you're talking about Bam, Bam's on a current contract. Andrew Wiggins is on a current contract, so you can't do that. Westwood saying salute to everybody. Go James with the ooh. Einstein young whippersnapper. Yeah, man, yeah. Oh brother, here we go. What it do, Chris? Fam Bow podcast said Bam is better than Luca because he plays defense. Luca is a liability on defense. So I disagree because I think you're trolling here. So I'm trying not to get mad. So Bam, I like Bam, but he's nowhere close to Luca. Because Luca offensively is too great and like too great to just disrespect. And not only that, Luca offense is just better than Bam Adebayo defensively. That's just the truth. Victor Simpson said Gafford just on extension. Yep. So no, he's still on the table. They're just gonna have to wait to trade him. I also expect PJ Washington to be traded too. Clint said, "Man, just cooling, bro." Cuba said, "Stay off the weed." I hope you mean Luca Cornett, not Luca. That's crazy. Go Jane said, do they even want to leave right now? Want to leave right now after the Luca trade though? Probably. Probably. Tyrell Lewis says Joker might be on the block. Yeah, because of what that owner said about the second apron luxury tax stuff, which I don't know why he said that. To me, that was kind of, I can't say the word because on my job, but that was very stupid of him to say that. But yeah, Bam got off the dribble game and range. Braun was calling him the new Splash brother on the Olympics team. Bam would be dope. Yeah, Bam would be dope, but his contract's disgusting. Gerald's gonna send 7 niggas to Miami and 3 picks for Bam. Yeah, but it's more than just Bam though, because Bam is a very good player. I want people to get that and understand that, right? Like I really want people to understand, bro. Like Bam is a very good player, but that $50 million contract is disgusting. So I'm gonna show you guys the trade in a minute. Victor Simpson said, the more time goes by, the more I'm convinced our first big move is going to be for Claxton. I hope that's not the case, but we'll see. Can the Lakers make one move already? Everyone else is making moves but the Lakers. That's not true. I mean, outside the Celtics, no one else has really made moves, or the Hawks, you can say, but no one else has made moves. Just be patient. I don't think Reeves fans are going to be happy about this one. I don't care what Austin Reeves fans think or feel. I'm sorry. I'm just all right. See you later. I don't care how Austin Reeves fans are. To be honest with you, the bandwagon. I'm talking about Luca. The Luke. You meant to say Luca, but Luke, the Laker, so-called point guard, yeah. But Luca is better than Bam. That's not close. Claxton is a medium move. Yeah. The West is first considering the Centers is drying up. Yeah. While the Lakers wait the last minute to make moves, make a dang move already. Yeah, I know. Zinger's gone, but we don't want Zinger anyways. Not even a medium. Oh my lord, Bam unrealistic. Bam is not unrealistic. I am just not paying for that contract. That contract is awful. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing that for Bam. I'm not gutting out my whole roster for Bam Adebayo. Gabe Vincent. Can we get a breaking news for the Lakers? Yeah. Smedium. Smedium is crazy. We do unrealistic. Bam trash. Disagree. Uh damn. That's 5 players. No, it's actually 7. Like Cuba said, I think that's hold on. How many players am I trading? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. So that's 7 players gone for Bam and Andrew Wiggins. But I'll show the trade in a minute. Uh, don't even bring up Capella, who's in the shelf himself with the Hawks last season. This clock is most realistic. Yeah, Terrell Lewis says that's too many players. Yeah, but they didn't do nothing in the playoffs, so I don't know why we care so much. Ben saying it since we got eliminated. Yeah. Westwood said this. We wanted Giannis. We will trade like 5 niggas too. Yep. Who cares? Fix the problem, right? That Philly. I was about to use up like the Suns before they traded KD. I hate the Suns trade so much because the problem wasn't like the issue was Bradley Beal, and they should have never looked like they should have never ever looked at Bradley Beal ever. Like, and I mean that too. They should have never ever looked at Bradley Beal, but for some reason they did so. For some whatever the reason is, they didn't do it. Cuba said the fanboy Lord how now y'all want Luka off the team. I don't think he's a Lakers fan. I don't think he's a Lakers fan. So don't say y'all, nigga. You better chill out. Keep Luca, but we need to get uh athletic. Hold on, let me see. See. Um, what's up, Bucks? Ray Bolts. Lakers better work Magic. Yeah, bro. They better, bro. They sure better. We got too much deadweight in the roster. You meant to say on. That's the proper way to say it, but I know what you mean. That's why the bandwagons exist. Oh, brother. Both at center and wing position. Joe be cutting up. Nah, I don't know what y'all niggas talk about, man. I don't. Victor said, wish there was a way for us to get Derek Jones here, but that's unrealistic. Yeah, it's not unrealistic, but it's unrealistic because I don't think the Clippers would trade with the Lakers. Unless you're Magic Johnson giving up Zubox for Mike Muscala, but we're not gonna bring that up. Um, Lakers just traded for DeMar. False. Yeah, stop trolling, dude. Yeah, because you can get Brad. To Westwood said drill is probably going to be a 3 to 14 trade, bro. Yeah, may okay. Let's do that then. Let's let's do that and let's do a 3-team deal then. So who's the 3 team? So who's gonna be that third team? The Brooklyn Nets? Um, because I don't know. Let's do that. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's do that. Let's see here. Uh, I can for some reason I can see the Nets take on Terry Rozier. And they, let's say they take on, you know, Cam Johnson or something, right? Like we don't know. Probably Tyrese Martin. Boom. Or actually, no. Let's remove Tyrese Martin. Okay. And then what about the picks? Picks. Let's straight to the Nets, right? Because they're doing us a favor, and then I'll see if the Miami Heat can trade a pick swap. Straight that. Right. So, so. All right. So it's going to be the Lakers, the Heat. Outgoing is $97.5 million. Incoming in 7.9. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Whatever. Okay. Ooh, this is spicy. This is so spicy. So, okay, let me go to the chat. Jackson Hayes is a free agent, so we don't have to worry about that. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Gallo said what? Let me try to catch up with the chat real quick. The Lakers are stupid. What do you mean? Bam would help the Lakers for sure. I'm trying to catch up with the chat, y'all. Let's get the eighth pick in the basketball draft. So what you can do is actually trade. Um, so what they can do. So what they can do is trade Dalton Connect a 2031 first for the eighth pick, and probably get like a couple picks or whatever. So I can also see that happening. But let me see real quick. But hold on, I'm trying to see what's going on with Lakers stuff right now because I'm seeing some Laker fans and reports come out. I'm trying to see if anything's new. Okay. John Kendrick said, I want CP3 on the bench. You can't convince me he's not better than Gabe Vincent. Yeah, but I don't know if I'm comfortable with Chris Paul. But I wouldn't hate it. I would not hate it. So Nick, okay, just saw that. Mm, okay. Trying to see if there's anything else going on. Nope. Okay. So let me do this trade for you guys. And I'm going to show it to you guys. So you guys just give me a minute. Let me share my screen. But see, that's the problem though. Y'all can't really see my screen. But yeah, I really can't see my screen, which kind of aggravates me. But we're gonna try our best. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But all right. Let's see here. All right. So if you look at this trade, so I'll just say it and then you guys can say yes or no in the chat. So Lakers get Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, the Miami Heat get Cameron Johnson, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, Gabe Benson, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Connect, a 2026 first round pick swap, a 2028 first round pick swap, a 2031 unprotected. Brooklyn gets Terry Rozier, Jared Vanderbilt, Shake Milton, a 2030 uh first round pick swap, and 2030 first round pick swap from the Miami Heat. So who says yes? Who says no in this trade? Are you the Lakers fan doing it or not? Let me know in the chat. Dude, that's a lot of assets. Yeah, but that's what happens when you have a huge contract in Bam Adebayo, Brody. So you guys tell me. but let me see. Too much for players to come back. We keep Dalton, bro. No, no. Me personally, I'm not keeping Dalton. That's an overkill. No, but that's what we have to give up, though, bro. Because Bam's contract and Andrew Wiggins' contract, like you have to give up 70 something $million for, you know. The topic is Bam Adebayo and Andrew Wiggins. We'll have no, um, we'll have no picks to punch the depth. See, that's the thing too, though, as well that people got to keep in mind. Like, does Pat Riley wants to? I don't want us to trade Rui. That's the problem with the fan base, bro. I think the Lakers will stand pat. We all know how bad Plink is as a GM. I think he will be running back with the same roster. I think that Jeannie Buss was holding back my demon, Rob Pelinka back. This is jokes, by the way. I don't. Rob Pelinka's not my boy. I'm not a Rob Pelinka fan, but I think Rob Pelinka will make some type of move this year. If he does, Dylan, he's going to get fired for sure. Yeah, Drew Holiday's pissed. We can talk about a Drew Holiday potential trade. We just talked about trading with Portland, but maybe we could talk about trading for Drew Holiday or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll ask Boss Man DJ for that. But yeah, let me see what's going on. So where is it at then? What do you mean? Get Bam at all costs? I like Bam, but not for his contract. If his contract wasn't much, I would do it. Can Drew Holiday be traded again? Correct. I don't know, man. I don't believe in Rob Pelinka no more. Well, you kind of gotta, add context to it. I think Jeannie Buss was holding back Rob Pelinka because there in times past, Rob Pelinka has been wanting to make moves, but Jeannie Buss told him not to do so. So we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. We will see. But if you guys do not want Bam Adebayo or Andrew Wiggins, I do not blame you. Williams is always injured. Yeah. Holiday and Williams don't sound that bad. Yeah, but Drew Holiday's old and Mark Robert Williams is always injury prone, and I don't want him to be my starting center. As a backup, sure, but it depends also what Portland wants to give up. But we'll see. I think Rob's not gonna do nothing right now. He's stupid right now. He ain't gonna make no moves right now. He sucks right now. Come on, right, do your job right. How yeah, y'all need to have not saying like y'all need to have faith, but if again, I hope y'all know if he doesn't do his job, he gets fired. And well, you can't say, well, oh, I want him fired, but if he doesn't do nothing, we don't improve. So we need him to make moves so we can improve. You know what I mean? I mean, you can have no faith or whatever, but just to let y'all know, if he don't do his job, he's getting fired. So just keep that in mind, guys. If he doesn't do his job, he gets fired. And if you pray on his downfall, then hope and pray he doesn't do nothing. But if you're a person who cares about winning more than anything else, you would want for him to do his job. Period. That's just it. Blake, bottom line, period, bro. We need two big men in defense. Well, what you meant to say is you need two centers, right? You need you really need three centers, and you need two 3 and D guys, a guy at the two, a guys at the three. That's what you need. I'm not expecting Raw will make a move this offseason. He's a liar. Well, I don't know, Dylan, because he said that he asked Luca, what center do you want? He said, I want a lob threat or whatever, right? And Rob got Mark Williams, and if Mark Williams uh was damaged goods, then he would have got him. But yeah, because he was gonna, what if D Reese is you're not that's fine. I don't care. What what I gotta do with me though, Cuba? What does that have to do with me, my good man? What does that? What do you think about bringing Kiosis back? He looks really good overseas. And I don't know. Don't hate it, don't like it. If I'm the new overall putting a timeline on Rob, yep. He is all talk no bark. All talk no bark. I disagree because when he asked Luca what center did he wanted, he got Mark Williams. But if Mark Williams again wasn't damaged goods, he would have got him. He's moving differently now because he got Luca. I think he didn't believe in AD and LeBron James no more, which is kind of messed up. Which is kind of messed up because you had two top 10 players in the league, but they was old. They was older. They both declining, athletically and everything. So it is what it is. If Hayes signs a minimum, we should keep him. Disagree. I don't want Jackson Hayes back for nothing. He can play for free, and I don't want to even want him playing for free. I'm gonna give him what the Memphis Grizzlies did with Dylan Brooks. I'm gonna give him that type of treatment. We don't want you back. I will care for free. We don't want you back. I'm good, Brody. You was horrible in the playoffs. You mad because we didn't play you when we played you. You was garbage. Like I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm not. I'm not interested. Hard pass. Hard pass. Hard pass, bro. Hard pass. But yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm good with Dylan. I'm good with Jackson Hayes. Walker Kessler on this team would be amazing. I 1000% agree. I love Walker Kessler. I'll even trade Austin Reeves for Walker Kessler. I know some Laker fans don't want to talk about that, but I would. I don't mind getting those. Uh I don't mind getting physical and talking about how Austin Reeves needs to be traded. I have no problems doing that. None. Ainge is greedy, bro. Well, Walker Kessler's a good player, and I don't blame him. However, this is where also Rob Pelinka can take advantage too, due to the fact that Walker Kessler is expiring because you're going to have to make a decision. And according to reports, you are going to draft Malawatch. So you're going to have to decide, are you going to trade him or you're going to pay him? And if you trade him, we're right here. If you want to pay him, it don't make sense because now you have Malawach on the bench, Filipkowski on the bench, rotting for no reason, and you barely play him now. So I don't know. Victor says he hates us Lakers. I disagree. I really hate when people say this because if that was the case, he would never trade with us ever. And he's made trades with us 3 times, and 2 of those times when we needed him to really help us out, he helped us out. He helped us get D'Lo to get out that rush contract. He helped us get Luka Doncic to where we needed to trade it 3 something million to make the trade work. Guess who helped us out? Danny Ainge. So I don't want to hear that. I really hate when people say it. Is it me or Walker Kessler's overhyped? Yeah, I just think you're on the Hennessy, but it's okay. We still love you. This man Rob, this man is horrible. Rob, yeah. I disagree with you. Like he's not good, but he's not bad. He's just average. And for a championship or supposed to be a championship or bust type of team, we need him to be more than just whatever. That D'Lo trade was trash, bro. Yeah, but then we flipped him for DFS. That was a better fit and a better position in need. He said he didn't know Luca was a part of the deal. That's a horrible excuse. He knew who he was getting, bro. That nigga horrible Rob. You got an all-star player that you're ungrateful for. Correct, Cuba. Thank you. He helped us get Luca. Dan didn't know Luca was coming to us. He said he wouldn't have help with Lakers if he knew Luca was coming to us. That's a lie. That's a lie. Y'all need to stop believing every single thing that y'all believe on the internet. Fire Rob Palinka and son Bob Myers. I think Bob Myers is interested in talking on first take than not on first take on NBA countdown than being a GM right now. What's up, Preach? Salute, salute, salute. Also, if you guys do want to come in, you guys are more than welcome to do so. I'm gonna send the link right now. I thought I did, but I forgot. I apologize, y'all. It said it multiple times in reports. That's true, but you can, like, Danny Ainge. I hope y'all know he's saying this stuff so he don't look stupid on why. Like, oh well, why did you help the Lakers? So he found an excuse which was not good, but good enough to where like people don't criticize him for helping out the Lakers get Luka. That's what it was. I hope y'all know that, but since y'all don't, I had to give it to y'all. Rob got a top 5 player in the league, and some of these fans are ungrateful as hell. Yep, I agree. Yes, Cam, yes. You mean that Rick trade? LOL. Well, Rob Blanca. Well, first, I hope people know Nico Harrison wanted Austin Reeves and Dolt to connect, included for Anthony Davis. Rob said no. We will give you Max Christie instead, and Nico Harrison took it. So I hope y'all know that. Just keep that in mind. So Rob Pelinka does deserve some credit. I'm not a Rob Pelinka fan again, but yeah. But yes, DeAndre Ayton should be a target that the Lakers should look at. Not the number one option to look at, but a guy that we should look at and keep in mind. Here, we'll trade you Luca, and we magically get flag with the 12th best odds. Sure. I mean the same thing with the Hawks. Last draft, like we had a 1.6% chance, and we got him. We got Zach Ricochet, which should have been Alex Sarr, but he didn't want to be a Hawk. So yeah, I mean you never know, bro. You never know. You never know. So just keep that in mind. Robert Williams is cheaper. Who's also on the Blazers? Yeah, but see, Portland wants too much for Robert Williams. That's the thing too. Context is everything. DeAndre Ayton has a bigger contract, yes. However, his trade value is down in the ground, and teams are not going to. They're not looking to trade for DeAndre Ayton like they would for Robert Williams. You know what I mean? The reason I hate Rob because he's a liar. Well, he said that he was gonna try to get a center for Luca, and he got him, and he got that center. The issue is again, if Mark Williams wasn't damaged goods, he would have been a Laker and stayed a Laker. So just keep that in mind, people. Salute, Lakers to 5 fan. What's up? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brian Cruz said, "Hi, brother. All talk, no bark." Disagree with you guys. Do you think Trae Young's going to be the next star to ask for a trade if the Hawks fail to make the playoffs next season? As a Hawks fan, I want him traded now. But since we got Porzingis, and since it looks like we're trying to make a push to make the playoffs and be a playoff contending team, then if we do not make the playoffs next season, if we're even in the play-in, that's a failure of a season, in my opinion. Like, even with, you know, like if we don't, if we miss the playoffs, bro, this season, just it's over, bro. It's just over. It's over. Just trade Trae Young, who's I think an expiring contract next season, and yeah, just yeah. I think Phoenix just need to rebuild, guys. They need to trade Devin Booker and try to. I think, and this is where I think what you call it. I think I think Booker's going to OKC, and the reason why I say that is because of, excuse my background noise. I don't want to get DJ copyrighted, but I think a lot of people sleeping on him. Like I he probably don't want to get traded, and he wants to, of course, take that Kobe route or whatever. But what's best for him and for the team is for him to be traded, bro. Like, it is what it is. I feel sorry for Booker though. I do too. He's been putting out that horrible organization for years, man. And you still want to play basketball for them? I feel bad for him. I feel awful for him, dude. I feel god awful. Booker on the Hawks will be tough. Yeah, but that's not happening. So I don't see that happening. Don't see that happening, guys. But yeah, Victor, you forgot, if Preacher, I don't know if you're still here or not, but you forgot to cash out me my money, Brody. Same thing with FYM and these niggas, but it's all good. Salute fam, what's up, Steve? Go shot. John Kendrick says, set up your future. I agree. Just got notification. What? Of what, Steve? Did the Lakers make a move or something? Like, what's up? But yeah, let me see. Let me see. There's also reports too that coming out that Brad Stevens. So the Celtics are trying to land a lottery pick tomorrow too, bro. Like, are you serious, man? So this man Brad Stevens got off a horrible contract in Drew Holiday, salary dump Porzingis to the Hawks, and then you're trying to get a lottery pick, bro. This man Brad Stevens might be the best GM in the league, bro. AB fleecing niggas too. Him and Sam Presti, dude. But yeah, bro. Hold on, guys. Let me see. Gotta be. I'm looking. Let me see. Seeing other, trying to see if there's other reports coming out too. Looks like so. Just in, Kyrie Irving star has exercised his 43 player option for the 2025-2026 season, and will sign a 3-year, 119 uh extension to remain with the franchise. League sources tell me. Okay, so Kyrie Irving is staying with the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, okie dokie. Good for him. Good for him. No Porzingis nor Halford has to be a center. Yeah, more money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Waiting to see if Braun opts in or not. I think Braun will opt out. And again, it depends on Rob because whoever Rob Pelinka gets, I think it has to be like it can't just be whoever for Braun to take a pay cut. It has to be like you're gonna have to make a good move. Like if we trade for Bam and Andrew Wiggins, for example, and if Rob said, "Hey, we got Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, here, are you going to take a $20 million or $30 million pay cut?" I think Braun would do that. I think Braun will be willing to take a pay cut, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I know, but still, Brad Stevens is a smart dude. He know how to be a GM, unlike Rob. But I think Rob is just bad at talking to people, dude. Like how to you know convince people to trade with him or whatnot. Kyrie, Clay, Flag, AD, Gafford, Lively is tough for sure. If healthy, the Mavs are solid. No, the Mavs can win a championship, bro. Like I think a lot of people forget that. I think a lot of people forget that. Like the Mavs can win a championship, bro. They can win a championship for real, for real. Like the Nuggets are going to the Nuggets are going to get worse unless they make trades that make sense and don't get worse. Like the Mavs are when Kyrie Irving comes back, bro, and if he comes back how he was playing, bro, the Mavs will be fine, bro. They will be a okay. I agree with you. I think I actually think the Mavs are the big are threats to anybody in the West, even the Lakers. But for sure with OKC, what move should the Nuggets make? No one wants Porter. Uh, I don't know if that's the problem. Like the Nuggets are probably going to have to attach picks and stuff to get off that Michael Porter Jr. contract. Ron Palenka putting together our roster, or is this new ownership building the Lakers roster? It's Rob Palenka. Again, it takes time, bro. Just it takes time, bro. Just it takes time. Just we'll see. The biggest threats to OKC is the Rockets. KD is their number one now. Yeah, but I don't like KD as my number one option at 37 years old, though, Brody. I don't like that. Mavs versus Celtics. The Celtics don't have Jason Tatum. Like the Celtics do not have Jason Tatum, and I don't know if they're gonna get back to the finals without Tatum. So yeah, the Nuggets and Southern Cap hell with contracts of Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray's contract, and it's okay, but it's not good, but it's not as bad as Michael Porter Jr. Nobody knows. Yep. Nobody knows. Their GM effed them up. Yeah, Calvin Booth Jr., he is a terrorist, bro. Rob is a good GM. He got Luca here. Nobody knew. Yep. I wouldn't say he's a good GM, but he's an okay GM. The Celtics are not going to miss the playoffs. They're not going to miss the playoffs. I disagree with that, but I do think they will. They'll probably make it to like the second round or something, because Jaylen Brown is good enough to carry you to the playoffs and lead you to the first round. But I don't know about the second round and on, but we'll see. Yeah, the Celtics will make the playoffs. Chill, agree with that. Three starters are off the tables, yeah, but you got like you have Anthony Simons, who's pretty good. Like they're figuring it out, bro. I'm telling y'all right now, they'll figure it out. Oh, Kyrie Irving. Let me see what was it? Someone said something about Kyrie Irving. Yes, sir. Stay focused. Thomas Sherlock. I'm subscribed. Lakers to 5. Salute for you. Nika Harrison approach Rob. Yep, but it's up to Rob too, because Rob also could have said, "No, I'm good. I like 80. Thanks though." Boom. He didn't do that though, so gotta give Rob Pelinka credit for that. Keyword healthy. Yep. Ben Carroll will be a top 10 player soon. I disagree because of where he's at. Mark, like he's on the Magic, and a lot of people don't like the Magic, and a lot of teams don't watch the Magic. But I like Paolo Banchero. I like him a lot, but him being a top 10 player, no, I don't know. I hope I'm wrong though, because I like Pablo Banchero, but I don't see that happening. Tatum's out is out all season long. Boston Celtics trading Green, and they said Jaylen Brown is on the trade table. We'll see about Boston. Yeah. Now they trade. Now if they trade Jaylen Brown, then they're just tanking, bro. They're just trying to be a playing team or whatever. I like Jrue Holiday next to Luca. It's Drew, tr- Drew with a J, not D. But I understand why you made that error, Jazz. I put on emphasis on Jared Allen because 2 years in a row he got pushed around the playoffs. I do not want Jared Allen here. If he's a Laker, I'm out, bro. I do not want Jared Allen here. I just don't. He's I like him, but no, I'm good on Jared Allen, bro. No reporters, bro. I think Rob will stand pat. We'll see. Is Lakers game? Is this a question or this is a statement? Because if you're asking a question based off of the title and thumbnail and stuff, um, I'm not gonna be a bandwagon. I'm gonna still be a Laker fan, but I'm gonna be pissed. Like I like Jared Allen a lot, but I'm good, bro. Him in the playoffs is awful. Like it's so depressing. Like I'm not even joking, bro. We won Miles Turner. He gave up, but he gave 6 points in the championship. I don't want. I since last year I did not want Miles Turner, bro. Genie, look, we hate Genie Bus over here, but Genie Bus might be cooking with that one. I ain't gonna lie, that nigga Miles Turner can't rebound for nothing, bro. Gerald over Jared Allen at center, yeah, bro. At least I'll grab some boards. At least I'll be physical. At least I'll be willing to bang with the big boys, even though I'm like 150 some pounds or whatever. But I'm willing to be physical with tall grown folks. I don't care, dude. I'm willing to bang with those big boys. Pause. Yay, yay. What's up, Donald V. Venom? Which drops the trade value? Grave Miles. I do not want Allen. Bruh, Kessler's better. I agree. Lewis. Jazz said, Terrell Lewis, shut up, boy. Whoa, what's going on? Whoa, hey. Whoa, missed the playoffs. Hey, I don't. DJ, can I mute this sucker real quick? You don't mind if I mute this sucker real quick for? No, I ain't gonna do that. It's not worth it. Yeah, yeah. Pause. Yeah, yeah. Joey Owen said Cleveland won't trade Sketch. Y'all tripping? I don't know because there's reports saying too that they're gonna be looking at trading Darius Garland and Jared Allen. So we don't know. So what trades do you think the Lakers will happen for the Lakers? Be realistic. I'm a realistic individual, sir. I think what's realistic is a Andrew Wiggins trade, a Knicks Claxton trade, a DeAndre Ayton trade. You go to Brooklyn, try to draft a 3-and-D guy or a center. I think they're probably going to draft a center in the second round. Um, and I think we'll draft like a 3-and-D 2 guard or a wing or whatever in the first round. Or we could draft 2 centers. I don't know, but that's what I think was going to happen. Allen falls in the playoffs, absolutely. Kessler ain't better than Allen. Yes, he is. Walker Kessler's defensive impact is better than Jared Allen. I'm sorry. Yeah, he made Turner look like an all-star in the playoff. Miles Turner is garbage. All right, that's like garbage. He's garbage. That nigga garbage. Carl Anthony Towns, who people call soft, was busting his. I can't say the word because DJ gonna get on my. But he was busting. He was busting his tail. Busting his tail. Y'all call him Big Purr. Y'all call him Zesty. All that. But that Zesty nigga was cooking Miles Turner though, nigga. Just keep that in mind. My Big Purr in the building. Yeah, you call him Zesty, but I love my Big Purr. Look, I don't care about that nigga being Zesty. That nigga, hey, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't no Carl Anthony Towns slander in this month. Hey, when I'm around, ain't no Carl Anthony Towns slander here, nigga. Nah, nigga. Oh no, Turner's zesty. I don't know how that nigga Turner's zesty. That nigga got a fine girl, and you can't grab more than 4 rebounds. You're telling me in the finals you average 4 rebounds, bro? Man, let me take your girl then, sucker. You can't rebound to save your life. You're telling me you're a 7-footer and you can't rebound the ball? At least give me like 8 to 10. Nigga, you gave me 4. That's garbage. Garbage. GD Bus, I apologize. I was not familiar with your game when you said no to Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. I apologize. You was correct on that, ma'am. You was correct. So I apologize. Turner and Claxton, I'm good on them. You ain't been paying attention? Yeah, bro. Miles Turner's like Rui, soft and can't rebound. Yep. Yep. That is correct. That is correct, Dylan the villain. Yes, sir. I feel sorry for CJ getting traded. I don't feel sorry for that nigga. He's the reason why we have the CPA stuff now. And he tells me he feels sorry for CJ McCollum. Him and Greg Willis was the reason why we have the CPA right now. And how they made the rules and everything because they don't want to see the Lakers be a dynasty, nigga. And you feel bad for him? Man, get out of here. Turner's got to be the zesty nigga out here. Oh, for sure he is. They both. Hey. Ain't no Carl Anthony Towns slander around me, sucker. We ain't doing that. If I hear Carl Anthony Towns slander, this whole chat get muted. I'm joking. I'm not doing that. But we ain't doing that. Now the zestiest player in the league is Jared McCain. Hey, Jared McCain. Hey, he got his nails painted. He may got that. You know what I'm saying? He may look thick and everything. Pause. Yay. But he could hoop. Same thing with Jordan Clarkson. That nigga got his nails painted too, but he can hoop. Y'all better chill out with Jared McCain now. The Pelicans are going to be, if they're healthy, I agree. If they're healthy, I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree with you. What's up, JC? Yeah.
Yo, salute. It's
Salute.
good.
Not much.
It's
Jared,
good, man.
Nail, Caroline. Hey. Y'all better chill out with my man Jared McCain too, bro. Ain't no Jared McCain, no Carl Anthony Towns slander. Those are my.
Hey, Carl Anthony Towns is soft, nigga.
Hey,
Now,
he saw it, but he busted Miles Turner, nigga. Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, nigga.
he ain't bust nothing but them cries when he go into the lane, bro. That's all he be busting.
Ah,
Yeah, you
hey
you
man,
seen
look,
you
that
seen
nigga
him,
made me cry, but he dropped 30 on Miles Turner, nigga. You better watch yourself, nigga.
man. Them the softest 30 points I ever seen,
Yeah,
nigga.
all right, nigga. All right, watch your back
Soft.
meat. Watch your back meat. All right, watch your back meat.
Oh yeah, I guess I do gotta watch my back if it's Carl Anthony Towns, right? Yeah, I'm definitely watching my back.
Whoa, hey.
Yeah, yeah, he's soft,
Ain't no Carl Anthony Towns slander around me, Jay.
bro. He's soft. I'm glad
Hey,
I'm glad
hey,
we get him.
hey. I wish he was a Laker, nigga.
Man, LA would have cooked him, bro. Laker fans would have grilled him up, bro.
Hey. Let me see a Carl Anthony. Let me see
Come
a
on,
slander.
bro.
Let me see a Laker fan slander my Carl Anthony Towns, nigga. I'm gonna pull up to their address, nigga.
Bro, have you heard how that man sound when he go to the paint, bro?
Yes. Oh,
He
yep.
sound worse than AD.
Bruh. JC, bruh. bruh.
You heard how that nigga talk. Don't have me do it.
JC, bro. Hey, we
You
ain't
heard
do
how
that
that
in
nigga
Carl
talk.
Anthony Towns, nigga. Y'all better chill out.
Man, he's soft.
Kyrie Irving reports on a 3-year. Okay, so it's official now. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, yep. It's official. It is official. Thank you for posting the report in the chat, guys. I appreciate it.
He's the only NBA player who has a zesty highlight on YouTube, bro.
Hey,
Carl
hey,
Anthony Towns, bro. That's his legacy.
that nigga,
That's
that
his
nigga can
legacy,
hoop. That
bro.
nigga can hoop though, nigga. He can hoop. Nigga.
Man, zesty hoops.
Hey, I don't give a nigga if you dropping me 35 points per game, 14 rebounds and 5 assists, and you got your and you zesty out there, nigga. I don't give a nigga.
And why you think they
Hope for
didn't make
me.
it to the finals? Why you didn't
Because
why you think they
because of
didn't make it to the
because
finals?
of Jalen Brunson down the clutch and Josh Hart turnovers. Those turnovers
No,
was
no, no,
horrible.
no, no. Because if Zesty Man was really like that, he would have hunkered down and would have put that
Hunger down.
ball
Wait,
in
wait.
the paint.
Pause, Brody. Pause. What do you mean by hunger down, nigga?
Yeah, he would have hunkered down
Nah, nigga.
like a
Nah, nigga.
real
What you mean by
man,
hunger down, nigga?
and he would have
What you
put
mean
that
by hunger
ball.
down?
He would have put that ball down there in the Baja.
That
What you mean?
that.
If he
Hey,
really
y'all
like
better.
that,
Hey, nigga. Y'all better chill out on my man Carl Anthony Towns, bruh.
I'm just saying you over here acting like he a Taco Bell taco extra zest sauce
That
on it.
nigga that nigga's a top 5 center in the league, nigga. Y'all better watch yourselves, nigga.
Top 5 center, bro.
Yes.
Y'all was saying AD was a top 5 center. And look what happened to
What?
that
Nigga,
nigga.
he is.
Broke down again.
So outside of Jokic, a healthy Embiid, Anthony Davis, who else is better than Carl Anthony Towns? And you know what? I'll be nice. I'll throw in Wemby too. Outside of Embiid, Jokic, AD, and Wemby, who is better than Carl Anthony Towns? I'll wait. Let me hear some. I dare someone to say something stupid in the chat too, because I'll mute niggas too for my Carl Anthony Towns. Carl Anthony Towns, my sugar poo. Y'all better chill out. Hey,
Bro.
y'all better watch yourselves with Carl Anthony
Bro.
Towns in the chat, nigga.
Have you heard how he goes into the paint, bro?
Nigga, I don't care. That nigga be hooping for
Bro,
me.
he said,
Salute panel.
So,
yo,
salute preachers going
salute,
on,
bro.
baby.
Nah, bro.
Salute.
Yo,
He
preacher, you
ain't no
forgot my
top
money,
5 player.
man. You forgot my money.
No, man, I've just been busy, man. Family,
Nah,
you
you good.
know.
I'm joking with you. What's
But
going on with
I
you? How
get
you doing?
you. I get you. Probably end of the month, man. That's when I get the big dollars.
Yes, sir. I
Wait,
appreciate you,
he
Brody.
owes you money.
No,
Yeah,
no.
you
Just
want
I'm gonna send
no,
some money to.
he's being a
You know.
blessing. He's being a
Yeah, it's a
blessing.
blessing. Yeah.
It's a
I thought you
blessing.
was
Like
shaking. I
you,
thought you was
JC,
shaking
you should
people
be sending me
down, Gerald.
blessings too, nigga. But it's all good, JC. Woo, woo, nigga.
Hey, hold on,
Yeah.
Me being up here is the blessing, nigga. What you mean?
Hey,
Nigga?
hey. So
Who's
what?
out of here, bro?
So you guys were talking about this trade as far as Bam, Adebayo going to the Lakers.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I would say it would be good for him because he's a physical. That's how he plays. He's a physical big man. He's 6'9". He's
Yeah.
physical, and so maybe give you like 16, 18 and 9, 18-10 or something like that. You know, he always he's undersized. He's one of those guys who's always Jason. Daddy's on. Undersized, and I feel like he can give them that physical presence that we were missing in the playoffs against Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think if we had a center like him, and he has shown to hit that corner three. From the Olympics, he's been working on that. Where we saw it in the Olympics, him and Anthony
Yeah, he
Davis
shot
do.
like 35% from 3 this year too, on
Yeah,
like
yeah, and
8
that's like
on
Chris Bosh
3 to 4
numbers.
attempts.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's like Chris Bosh numbers. Like when they won the championship, Chris Bosh was hovering around like 35, 34%. So I feel like
so
Bam, and also he got that little midi, that little pull up foul line midi.
preacher man, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people on Twitter are saying, a lot of Laker fans I'm saying on Twitter are saying that Bam is gonna eventually end up complaining like AD at the 5. Do you think that's true? Or do you think
Because Bam, the way Bam plays, the way that Bam Adebayo plays is physical. Anthony Davis is not a physical player, and Bam plays that position perfectly because he's a physical player. He plays basketball at the center position. He could play power forward too, but he plays that position. The physicality that he brings to the game.
Okay, so his main position is the
Thank
five,
you
not
for
the four.
subscribing to the
Right,
YouTube
right,
channel.
Okay,
Stay
okay.
focused,
right.
Thomas Sherlock.
His main
Appreciate you
his
for subscribing.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, his main position is the five, but he plays power forward too. But I'm saying that he can bring the physical. See, Anthony Davis is a kind of like I would say a finesse player because he doesn't really like contact that much. Um, he not as much as Bam. Bam is he gets under the basket, he goes up and gets the rebounds and gets hit, kind of like LeBron James. He takes a lot of contact. Bam does in that position.
Like
Um,
Karl Anthony Towns.
no, Anthony Towns is he's more he's not a banger. He's not a banger. He's not a physical player. He more of a you know.
So who's a banger in the league then right now?
I would say Bam. Bam is consistent with one. Bam is one.
I'm talking about centers.
Oh man, there's not. Jokic.
No, he's
Jokic.
not.
What about
Yeah,
Jared
but
Allen?
but Jokic. But here's what I'm saying with Jokic. Okay, Jokic can take. You can. He's like what 280, maybe 275, 280 or something like that,
But
and
he's
he
not.
could.
He's not bullying nobody in the post. He's just doing them floaters and
But you gotta understand at his height and his weight, he can take absorb the contact. So you're not just gonna hit him and knock him off his shot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
You're
wait,
not
what
just
about
gonna
Sabonis?
who? Sabonis,
Sabonis.
yeah, Sabonis, yeah. I was gonna say Sabonis, Arvidas Sabonis' son. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's another one that is physical. He's very physical. He'll give you a double double, 20, 21, and 19 rebounds. Sabonis is
if
another player
that's the
that
case back in 2000 eras. Then I mean, put them in the 2000 eras. They ain't really no bangers like that compared to
yeah.
back in the days. That's
There's
crazy.
really there's really not a lot of centers that are left. Like big centers that I'm talking about, like you know Rick Smiths and Shaquille O'Neal, and like they were 7'1", 7'2" now, and they had the weight to go with it. Keem Olajuwon, 7 foot. Patrick Ewing, 7 foot. The difference is like, somebody said, well, what about Victor? But Victor's not. He's super tall, but he doesn't have the weight. And Victor is more of like, I hate to say, a point guard in a center's body because this dude can bring the ball down, rise up from three, and shoot it.
Well, he played point guard before he was drafted. That's what he
No,
did. He played PG. Yeah, that's
no, I
crazy.
never knew that. No, I
Yeah.
He
never
was
followed Victor's
damn near all his life, bro.
Mm-mm. Well, they say like Shaq and a lot of other players who were tall, like Garnett and those guys did. But I think if the Lakers got Bam, I think at 6'9", he just brings that physicality that we need. But I just don't want it to be the only thing that we get. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be because if there's like, well, if they can make a trade with Wiggins, like let's say we get Bam and Wiggins, and I don't know who we would have to trade. I really like Andrew Wiggins because I feel like Rui Hachimura, uh, I would think is a little bit better 3-point shooter, right?
Uh,
But Wiggins is a better defender and can give you and can give you what Rui Hachimura gives you.
Nah, but check this out. Rui is a spot up shooter. Like when other dudes is on that three, he could pretty much like, do like a step back or something. But he's
Yeah,
flat footed. He's just gonna if he's open.
Pause. Yeah, yeah. We don't.
yeah.
Our ride Wemby did. That's crazy. Yeah, Pablo, chill out, brother. Chill out, brother. My bad. Continue.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but Wiggins to me, he's a champion. Wiggins is a champion. He won with Golden State, right? And he had some big games. He had some big games with them in the playoffs. I remember that dunk he had over. I can't remember who he dunked on, but um, Wiggins, But it's all about, of course, all about his motor. But then we can say the same thing about Rudy. You know, um, But Wiggins, being a 6'9", he's long, yeah, and he could give you defense, and he can score. And that would take a lot of pressure off LeBron defending. And then you got Bam, right? You got Bam. You trade Rui, somehow get Bam. I don't know who else we would have to trade. Maybe Dalton
I'm
Connect.
I'm gonna be honest.
Maybe that's a lot. I don't know if that
It's
we
not
would.
even. I'm looking at it. It's not even worth it.
You talking about Bam?
No,
Wiggins.
no. I'm saying if you're adding Wiggins, if you add a Wiggins, bro, it makes it just it just makes it not it makes it pointless because you got to trade 5 of your players, right? You get back 2, but
Right.
how are you gonna fill in that? You know what I'm saying?
But
How you gonna fill in that
but
those
here's what I'm
roster
saying.
spots
But
now?
here's
Those
what
are
I'm
gonna be
saying.
all
Like,
role players.
but here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. So you would trade some of your picks. You would trade Brewer Hachimura. Somebody said Vando, right? But
Yeah, you
Vando,
gotta put Vando in there.
I like Vando, but Vando he didn't do anything for us this playoffs. He was just, you know, could have been an injury, could have been something, right? But I feel like Wiggins gives you the defense, and right now we were a team that didn't have any defense in the playoffs against Minnesota. Really, we didn't.
Yeah.
We had we were called out, and we had to match their intensity, their physicality.
I mean,
Bam, Bam would top that, and then if you throw in Wiggins, Wiggins 6'9", he plays defense. He plays better defense than Rui Hachimura. We
not
saw we
not
saw
for
with
sure.
Rui Hachimura. He was like an ice capades, man. He was like this dude was. I just he's I'm not real super high on Rui Hachimura not to trade him and keep him, right? And then if you trade, Rui Hachimura and Dalton Connect, and you got to trade Gabe
You don't gotta trade Dalton. I don't know why everybody keep putting Dalton in the trade, man. Y'all gotta
because we're
stop
getting a center.
these trade. Man. Look. We need a shooter. Dalton is a shooter. We need shooters, bro. That's
Well,
what we need too.
You
We need
I
got
know
you
we need a
got
center
give
too.
a
you got Reeves, bro.
bro. Hell no, nigga. Please
I
stop
don't.
it.
I know
Come
people.
on,
People
Nah,
bro.
come out
chill out
saying
with the
that.
cussing, bro. Chill out with the cussing because DJ was on my
Yeah, I
neck
heard
last night,
somebody.
bro.
I heard
Chill out.
somebody cuss. Yeah, he can get monitored. But I will say
Yeah,
this:
chill out.
Dalton Connect has potential to be something special.
For sure.
But is he Austin Reeves right now? No, because he's getting to know the NBA and all the ins and outs in the game. I would say he's more athletic than Austin Reeves, but Austin Reeves has a lot more in his bag than Dalton Connect. If we're comparing those two,
But you,
I just think he's clutch, and that's not fair to really compare him to because one was a rookie, and we don't know what his second year is going to be like.
And on top of that, why would Miami give us Bam and Andrew Wiggins?
Right, and that's what I said. I
Why?
don't think we can get the both of them two.
Yeah,
I,
and
Okay,
why would they
so
take these
but I
bums?
did hear Pat Riley say he's cleaning house, so I.
that's why.
man,
That's why the video. That's why this is why we're having to stream now because JC, you're also the same person too that said why would the Celtics want to trade off these guys and
And
they
they
just
did.
trade Porzingis and they
They
just
just
trade Drew
trade.
Holiday.
That shocked me right there.
Yeah,
The
but
Celtics.
those are role players, bro. Of course, role players are gonna get
Well, I'll say
Drew
this.
Holiday's a role player.
I'll
yes,
say
he's a
this
role
about the
player, bro.
unicorn.
I'm sorry, he's a
I'm gonna
role.
say this about the unicorn. He when he was in New York, right? He was the franchise player of New York at that time when they got him. 7'2", 7 whatever, how tall he is, 7'3". He was Victor before Victor even came in the league, the unicorn.
yeah, Kwame Brown was too.
And when New York had him, and then they realized, oh well, he's not going. Then they trade him, and when you get traded to a lot of teams, your game changes. But I will say with Boston, he was crucial. They wouldn't have won that championship without Porzingis. After he came back, they wouldn't have won that playoff series when Boston won that championship. So I feel like you know I would say he's because you can't say Porzingis is better than Tatum. You can't say Porzingis is better than Brown. So he would be like your third best player on the team
I mean, he,
at sometimes.
he
Sometimes he was the best player, and that happens. But I feel like, Porzingis, that shocked me still because, when you look at Tatum and, that gruesome injury he had, and then he went out and then they trade Drew Holiday. Boston's done. Boston's done, y'all. They're
Cap.
they're they're not going to win another championship for maybe the next 2 to 3 years if they rebuild with Tatum and Brown. We don't know what's going to happen because Tatum's out. He's out the whole year, so at least 1 to 2 years, and we don't know what's going to happen after that. But Boston done, and then so I think this is an opportunity for the Lakers to they got to put together something. There's players out there to be had. They just traded C.J. McCollum for old boy from Blazers. Like they just got rid of C.J. McCollum. That's a shooter right there. If you want to go after a shooter, get C.J.
Man, stop it. The dude who be falling off in the playoffs.
So
That
you're telling me that C.J. McCollum wouldn't be great on the Lakers hitting that little bitty?
yes, in the season he would be. In the playoffs, we already know what he do though. He don't really
Because
be balling out in the
because
playoffs.
C because C.J. McCollum is like this. When we had, if you think about it, he he can hit just to have him in the playoffs hitting that shot. And we wanted to get old dude from Milwaukee. What's his name? Grant.
Yeah.
He's better than Grant. C.J. McCollum's better than Grant. I'll take C.J. McCollum over Grant. Like literally, I would. So if it had to come down to pick a C.J. McCollum or Grant, I would pick C.J. McCollum.
So you said he's not good in the playoffs? So who
I
said
don't know who
that?
said that. I don't know. Him and Dame.
CJ is not. CJ falls off in the playoffs. You kidding
Is
me?
this Jack speaking?
Yes.
Well, you're actually wrong because outside of his rookie season, he averages
His who's
2014, 17, 2014, 2015. He averaged 17 points per game on shooting 47% from the floor, 48% from three. The
Mm.
following season shot 42% from the floor, but shot 34%
are
from three.
is that
Sure,
the
what?
season or the playoffs?
So
But no, these are his playoff
okay,
numbers.
And what we're
Let me
talking
look
Harold,
that
about?
up real quick.
what did
Hold on,
he
let me look
We
that up.
what did he
you
do
talking about
recently?
2014, 2015,
Well,
10
he
years
was on
No,
a
ago?
losing team,
No,
but you
I'm
can't.
bringing up his. I'm no, but you didn't let me finish though. Okay, so you want to bring up? Okay, so last time he was in the playoffs, right?
what year was this?
2021. Okay.
Oh my god.
Played in six
Mhm.
games, shot 39% from the floor. That's pretty bad. Shot 33% for three, average 22 points per game. So you still was producing with horrible shooting splits. Cool. Then the following season, because that's when they faced OKC. He shot 41%, 41.9% from the field, shot 24% from three.
Mm.
That's when everyone was hurt for the
But
Pelicans.
let's talk
Zion was
about how much.
hurt. Everybody
But
was
bring
hurt
up
in the
how much
play-in. It is
points
what
he
it
was
is.
scoring. He could have had 9 points and shot 40 some
But
percent.
here's my thing about that. When we try to just dissect a player on a losing team, when you dissect a player on a losing team, it doesn't you can't really look at that because if you take players who are now champions but that were on a losing team, they went to a different franchise and they won and they played and they were the reason why uh that team won. Like you look at Siakam, right? Indiana would have never been good, right, if Siakam didn't get there. Now he got a ring, he's a champion, right? So get to his credit. But, you know, Siakam was never, it wasn't like he was always on a winning team. He was on the Raptors after, and then they were losing team. Then they traded him to the Pacers, and then he's the reason why the Pacers got as far as they got, along with Halliburton. But, you know, if you put CJ McCullough with LeBron and Luca and Austin Reeves and he can shoot the three and he's in LA on a winning team, like I said, I think he's better than Grant from Milwaukee. I'm not high on him, right? I think he has a better IQ. He can go get a bucket. He's more of an aggressive scorer, shooting that three, coming down court, hitting that midi. Look, I guarantee you. There was players around the NBA talk about CJ McCollum when they used to have pickup games. That boy can. I'm telling you, the boy can play. And if you put him on Lakers,
So
he did.
so how much points would he be scoring
I
if he
mean,
was on
if
the
he can get look, it's not like he has to carry the load, right? Because when we had A Malik Monk. He'll be like a Malik Monk role. Now we know Malik Monk's more
Right,
athletic.
but and the thing is too though, he's okay with coming off the bench.
Yeah, and he can get 14 points,
He can easily get you
13 or
14
14
points off the
points.
bench.
So
Yes,
so
Thir-
he so let's say, for example, he's averaging 20 points on the Lakers. It's going to be, of course, automatically half that. He's going to be scoring half that.
right.
Hey, you're scoring 20
We
points on a
don't
losing team. You're the second option next
because
to
we
Damian
don't
Lillard.
right. We don't need him to come to the Lakers and be Michael Jordan. Right. We just need him to he can come off the bench
come off the bench, give us some bench scoring, and
with
play some
Reeves
respectable defense,
on
bro.
the
That's all we
right
need.
because Reeves gonna be running that point. Right. Reeves gonna be bringing down the
Huh?
ball. Reeves is going to be bringing down the ball sometime. He can be a
When?
ball handler.
In what
Austin,
season? Which season?
Bro,
Not,
are
let
you
DJ
saying
talk,
Austin Reeves
bro.
can't be a ball handler?
bro.
Just bring the ball down.
Austin Reeves is getting shipped out, right? You know that, right? We ain't keeping.
Well,
We don't know
well,
He's
we don't know
gone,
that until it happens. If it
until we
happens,
see
okay.
Austin Reeves shipped
bro.
Hey,
out. We're
Bro,
we're assuming we're
let
just
me tell
assuming,
you,
bro.
let me tell you why Austin Reeves will not be the ball handler for the Lakers anymore. Okay, look, go watch the film of him. Go watch the film of him when he's bringing the ball up, right? And they finally put that pressure on him. He starts losing the ball. He starts fumbling it around. He don't know what to
That's
do. Bro. He
against
dribbles
physical
with it.
teams, Brody. Not
He
every
dribbles.
team
I
plays
don't.
physical.
But bro, see that's the problem. See that's the problem. You keep giving this little nigga excuses.
I'm
The
not
boy
giving, bro.
trash.
I'm none. JC, watch your
Against
mouth, bro. Watch it.
what? What?
hey, here's
The
what I'm
boy's trash.
here's what I'm
Look,
saying.
look, JC. Because if I have
You,
DJ in my DMs telling me niggas cussing, I'm gonna come at you, and I'm not playing, bro.
What are you
you
talking
know,
about, cussing? What?
I
I'm
just
gonna say
said.
this.
I'm just letting you know because it sounded like you said a
Obey.
cuss word
Dude,
or
he
close
didn't
to it. I'm
curse,
just letting
bro.
you know. Just
Bro,
chill
I
out.
didn't, bro. I've been, bro. Hold on, Gerald. I've been up here how long?
Yeah,
How
he.
long I've been up here, Gerald?
You've been
Hold
up
on,
here for a
Gerald.
while.
Okay. And have I not cooked niggas from this season, last season before that season?
No one's
And I
denying that.
never dropped.
I'm
I
also
never dropped a cuss word. Never dropped
no.
a
I'm
cuss
just
word,
no because it sounded like to me while I was fixing my sock, it sounded like you said a cuss word. So I'm just letting you
Nah, hey,
know.
bro.
but check this out. Like he
Well,
been doing it
I
for.
don't know. I didn't hear
Hold
it.
on,
I,
hold on.
I didn't say
But
you. I didn't say you did.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if you
Yeah.
did, watch
but
this
I'm
because I don't want DJ coming at
So
me, bro.
none. But I'm saying like he been consistent with not cursing for like a long time. He putting
No,
in
I know.
work.
I'm just
So
letting.
it's
I'm
like,
just no, Jazz. I'm just letting it because
well,
it
who
but you
sounds to
the
have
me.
to.
It
host?
sounds like
But
a cuss
He's
word.
the
but I'm
host,
saying,
so
but no,
he
but
said
hold on. But
I'm
like if
not saying he did, but I'm just
but I'm
saying
but look,
that.
but if you assume that he did that, you should have questioned him because you should have known he don't really act like that. You should have questioned him first.
he
Like,
did.
was
He
that?
questioned him.
No, I asked him. And he
He
said
asked
no.
him a
I never.
question, and he said he
Yeah, I
didn't.
did.
So just leave it at that.
Because to me, because when I was fixing my
Uh,
sock, it sounded like he said a cuss word. I
right. Well,
look, I if he didn't, I apologize for
okay.
assuming.
Yeah, we just
However,
move
I
on.
don't
Yeah,
want
we
DJ
just
coming
move
at
on.
me, bro. That's why I said that. But
But like
go,
I
go
said,
ahead. Yeah,
look,
go ahead.
Austin Reeves. Look, Austin Reeves. I agree with you. Okay. Um, if they ship him out, if he gets traded, and as long as we get back something that is going to result in winning a championship, I'm all game with that. But if he stays and we get a player, I'm saying if he's there, he can be a ball handler, bring the ball up, right? We know that. Because when LeBron was on the floor, he'll throw it to Austin Reeves bring it down, he'll give it to Luca, but he still can bring the ball down. But I'm just talking about CJ McCollum being in there with him. He can be on the wing, he can shoot the three. Um, and I think, like I said, he's a great addition. He would be a great addition. They just traded the Wizards. He got traded for Jordan Poole. And
Yeah,
Jordan Poole ain't a better to me. Jordan Poole's not a better player than CJ McCollum.
they're actually the same. I
No,
looked at their
no.
stats. They're
Jordan,
actually the same.
Let me tell you something. The IQ that Jordan Poole has, no, no, no. That's like you. I seen this dude shoot air balls half court. I seen this
I
dude
mean,
go.
everybody shot air balls before.
No, the way that CJ McCollum, the IQ of CJ McCollum, the boy he can play. Poole,
But he
Poole
plays
is
like Steph Curry. Steph Curry sometimes shoot a deep three and it'd be an air ball like
I saw I
crazy.
saw I saw Curry go 1 for
no,
12 from three.
yeah, but I'm saying the IQ test, and you
Oh, I
watching
get
the
what you're
two.
saying. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
The two players, come on. If I'm watching CJ McCollum, I'm watching Jordan Poole. Come on, man. Like he got benched. Jordan Poole got benched because the rookie coach didn't want to, like that coach didn't want to play him. Like he was coming in with the second unit. They had to take him out. I seen the Wizards play, and it was horrible. Like they played Atlanta, Atlanta beat them. Like Atlanta was up like by 20 something points. Jordan Poole out there shooting air balls, not making good decisions, turning the ball over, like
Hey,
you know.
somebody got to
And
do it.
well, hey, I mean, I think the reason why
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did like the Pelicans did it because they they got Murphy and
Oh yeah,
they wanted a young, energetic. Jordan Poole can score. I'm not taking that away from him.
right,
And I
right.
think he won a championship, right?
Jordan Poole?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
didn't
think.
he?
Wait, he was on the Warriors, wasn't he?
He was on the Warriors. Didn't he win a championship, right?
Let me double check.
Yeah, he
Somebody Google
did.
that.
It's
Google
his
that.
last season. He did.
So he is. You can't take that away. He won a championship ring, whether it's one,
Oh
two,
yeah,
three,
he
four,
did.
five.
Yeah, he did with
Okay,
the Warriors,
so
2022.
he a little. He's around their age. Jordan Poole's around their age, and he can score the ball when he get hot. He's super streaky. Once he gets hot, you might have to apply a little defense to him, right? But that's so far in between. But CJ McCall is consistent with it in the regular season, but he's been on a lot of losing teams. The Blazers were losing when they had Dame. Now they were in the playoffs, but once they traded CJ, then Dame, he was there by himself. So he went from a losing team, the Blazers,
Pelicans
to
wasn't no losing team.
a huh?
Pelicans wasn't a losing team when they had Bi.
But well, what I call losing team is playoffs. You can't just because at the end of the day, what are you accomplishing? That's why teams implode. That's why teams implode. You can't just keep going first round elimination or getting into the eighth
So
seed
like
and
the
then
Lakers.
well, but it's different for us. You 17 titles. It's different for the
I
Lakers. You
mean,
can't.
we've been getting bounced out these past couple of years,
You're
man.
right, but
We
it's
got to
different
we
for
got to
us
change
because we were
something.
the third seed, right? We were the third
Right,
seed. Okay,
right.
and so we weren't no playing team. So it's not like we gotta just blow it up. Oh man, we the third seed. We got eliminated by,
But I mean,
Minnesota.
think about this
So
though, preacher man, right? If these same guys you got, right? Yeah, they,
yeah,
they made it to the Western Conference Finals one time, but now this team's been getting bounced out the first round for the past
mhm,
what 3 years, 2 years?
right. But we
Yeah,
just
so we gotta make a change. We gotta
yeah.
change
But
something.
see,
Something gotta change.
it's
Maybe not
like
the whole
this.
thing, but
We just got Luca, right? They
right, right,
and dude was like, well, he weighed 300 pounds. Well, hey, you can't. Rome wasn't built overnight, right? You can't
right,
just get Luca
mhm,
and then all of a sudden championship. Like he
right.
came midi half season right there, and then all of a sudden,
Off
oh,
the
we got
injury
Luca
too.
championship, right? It ain't
Yeah,
gonna happen that way. Now Luca's in shape,
man,
right? He looks scary, and LeBron's working out,
man. LeBron looking good,
and
fast,
LeBron,
tall.
yeah, and so and then Bronny's going to take on a better role.
Oh my goodness.
And
Like,
look, let me tell you something. Towards the end of the season, Bronny was playing good basketball.
And if
He
you
was
look up his G League numbers, man, Bronny was cooking them boys.
right. So I look for the second part of him developing. And so,
Yeah,
for people, I'm not coming for Bronny because I feel like players like that are like we talked about this months ago about
yeah,
Eric Bledsoe, about what he could become. Eric Bledsoe,
mm.
other players. We don't know Bronny's peak, but we know he's athletic. That dunk
right,
that he did in the G League over that dude,
man,
Bronny's vert is what, a 43 inch?
crazy. Yeah, crazy vert.
So he's already got that down pat. He's got
but
the
would
vert.
but would you trust a championship team? Like he's on the rise for sure. But would you trust a championship team bringing in a Bronny on the championship team?
I
Say if
would
it's say
Well,
because
he
as
I
come
the
feel like
off the
it's
bench.
all about. I would because I feel like it's all about development.
mhm,
Development's the key. And this,
yep,
let me tell you about this league.
agree.
Let me tell you about this league. This league is being ran by a lot of young players. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of you look at Ant. All right, you look at Ant Man. He's young, right? If you look at the
Yep.
top, Brunson's young, right?
Ja
Okay,
Morant.
okay, right. You look at Shea. Shea's young.
Oh yeah,
And so his number two, right? So and look who won the championship, a young team,
But
man.
they
a young
but they're
team,
they're winning
huh?
because the older generation's getting injured. That's why they're winning.
Yeah,
I still think
but
the older generation they're gonna have an edge. If everybody's healthy, the
yeah,
older
but let me tell
generation
you
gonna have an
something.
edge.
the way it, and I said this months back, the way this league is going is young, talented players. Like, I understand LeBron is the face of the league just because his name, but it's not going that way no more. I love LeBron, but it's not like, he's still look, LeBron's like All-Star game, his Georgia is gonna be like top three, right? Top four, top five, whatever, because he's LeBron James. His name carries weight. But the way the league is going, you got Shea, you got Brunson, you got Halliburton. You just seen these players. These players, they're young. It's not the old play. Like look at Joel Embiid hurt, right? He can't stay healthy. And you look at other players like DeMar DeRozan, who had his chance when he was with the Raptors. He's not the same player. Oh, he king of the mid range. He can hit that, right? He has big games, 24 points. He get a 30 piece, right? But he's a piece to a team. He's not more of a franchise player no more. Look at Paul George. Look at Kawhi Leonard. All the players that won back then, right? They're not winning no more. Look at James Harden. He's a piece of a championship team.
I
He
think
can't he can't lead a championship team
So
because he's
okay,
not a franchise player no
so
I
more.
think
so if go ahead, my bad.
Oh no, I just want to say I think they should like really instill like the rehab a little bit better, maybe because I feel like dudes when they get injured, they use like that off season to heal up, but then the regular season they try to rush themselves back. I think if those players just really just sat out, took that rehab time, and then came back when they were 100% instead of pushing themselves. That's
And
what I
that's what
noticed.
Kawhi did. And that's what
Yeah,
Kawhi did. Kawhi did that. He left the Olympics. Remember, he left the Olympics. He did not play in the Olympics. He left because he was not right in the game with Cooper. Cooper Flags on it. You guys probably watched it, those pickup games. And he left because he was not, I watched the interview. He said he was not right. And when he came back, you know, he was putting up points. But again, he's one of those players that gets injured and he just, he's a diva. Once he gets injured, he's a diva. He don't want to come back until, but I agree with that. I mean, I feel like, like Halliburton, right? My son, me and him was talking about the other day how they said he had like an ankle injury. Man ends up tearing his ACL.
Like he was at a calf injury.
Yeah, it was a calf injury.
it was a calf, and it
It,
became something worse.
The
and then
same thing
and then
happened
and
to
then he
Damian
ends up
Lillard.
tearing it, and he tore it, right? So he shouldn't have been playing at all.
Oh, he should have been playing. That shouldn't
No,
have happened.
here's what I'm saying.
There
He
you go.
shouldn't have been playing because he got injured. That showed it. That proved it right there.
Yeah,
He
but
should not. Just like
you're
Kevin
not gonna,
Durant, when
bro.
Kevin
You're
Durant
not
was in
gonna
the
miss a.
Raptors.
You're not. Nobody's gonna miss a 7-game NBA championship, bro.
Well,
You're not
well,
gonna do it.
and
I'd
let me
rather
tell you
rest
something.
to it.
You look at all the players that came back from injury too soon, whether it be Dame Dollar, whether it be Jason Tatum or Halliburton. I mean, I can keep going. They came back. He made a good point. They came back from an injury. They ended up tearing something. Now, and guess what? That cost them the franchise because now your best player, Tatum, Halliburton, Dame. Now, I wouldn't say Dame's the best player in Milwaukee, but
Hey,
he's the head of the snake because he's
hey,
the point guard.
but you got to think about the organization. That's probably Indiana last time they're gonna ever get there.
I don't
So
think
it's
so. I don't think so. I don't. I
because
think Halliburton. Well, if they trade, if they break it up, yes, but they're a young team, and then there's rumors that they might bring back Turner, right? They just have to figure out how they're gonna do it. But Halliburton, he gets strong, come back. He had a surgery. Pascal, hey, they got a nice core. Nimhart, they got a nice core. Bethune, whatever that dude's name is, they look, they got a nice squad, and they came out of the East.
I, man, I don't know how they did it, but they did it, bro.
Well,
But
well, they
I'm
pushed the
I'm
pace.
I'm thinking people just took them lightly. That's why. But like
You
now they went to the finals and people
But
gonna
you
be
gotta
like,
understand. Look, I play games semi-pro, right? And the Pacers will run you out the gym. And let me tell you something. The Pacers they're a team that they persevere. They will not give up. They come back. They almost came back. If
so
Halliburton was playing, Like we don't know if they would have won.
So look, Molly, the god on that chat say, "What you mean you don't know how?" To be honest, everybody thought Pacers were gonna lose in the first round, bro. From the Cavs, from the Cavs to the Celtics, everybody thought Pacers were gonna lose the first round. That's what everybody thought. So I don't.
I mean, for me, I personally, I'm gonna say this. I knew it was gonna go seven, right? I knew it was gonna go seven. Okay, like I knew it was gonna go seven because of the simple fact you had two teams that never been in a championship before, so they're learning on the fly. You got the Pacers never been there before, so they don't know and then you got the OKC don't know how to close out, right? Even though Shea, the player he is, they don't know how to close out. So that's why the Pacers pushed it to seven. And so you had two.
Kyrie.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. No, my bad. My bad. No, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish. My bad.
No, I wanted to hear you say Kyrie.
Oh no, I was saying Kyrie declined his player option and
Uh-oh.
re-signed with the Mavericks for 3 years for $19 million and a player option for the
Hold on.
2027-28
Hold on.
season.
You hold on. 19 million
Yeah,
for how many years?
3.
So that means he's making
I,
like
I
what?
think it's 19 million a year, I believe.
Oh, for 3 years. So that means he's
Yeah,
making okay, almost 60. Around there,
yeah.
around 60 for 3 years. Okay, so and even Kyrie's not a franchise player no more. As much as he's Kyrie, Uncle Drew, and I love Kyrie. Here in Ohio, he's the reason why, but he's not a championship franchise player no more. He's probably your second best player because you look at Dallas, right? You got AD. Now, would I say that Anthony Davis is a franchise player? I would say.
Hell no. Well, that's
Well,
no.
hold on. Let me say this.
No, hell to the no.
If AD now, when we had LeBron, when we were here in LA, when we was LeBron and AD was the best player on the Lakers, but LeBron was trying to pass in the baton, but he would always get injured. So it
Mm,
kept him from being that guy. And that's
Man,
why I believe,
it
and
was
that's
more
why I
than that.
believe, and that's why I believe they traded him because we couldn't like you're as a franchise owner, I'm not gonna make Anthony Davis the main core guy, right? And he keeps getting injured, and then he's always out for extended time. I can't. And then you got a 40-year-old LeBron who's been carrying the load, who's durable, right? Who barely gets hurt. And then you got to turn around, put money. We had to make that trade, and we had to go younger, right? It was an irresistible trade. But I feel like when he's at the top of his game, that's one thing we can't deny. When AD is at the top of his game and he's healthy, I'm talking about he's playing healthy. I'm not talking about him talking like I'm healthy. I'm talking about when he goes out and take care of business. He's one of the best players in the league.
Oh yeah, we for sure know that. But it
Right.
hurts way more when he all of a sudden just get hurt out of
He
nowhere. That
gets. See,
hurt.
you're saying the same thing. He gets hurt.
What he
So
did to what he
you
did to
have to
Dallas.
you have
I
to make that trade. You have to make that trade. You can't turn around and you know you can't turn around and be like, well, AD is a franchise player, which I believe, AD's what, 30 something years old now?
Yeah, 32.
32 years old. So I believe he's going to have some great seasons, but I don't know how it's going to be with Dallas. I just feel like trading him to Dallas. I just feel like Dallas has to, because they got a lot of, I'm not going to say has-beens, but guess what? They got Klay Thompson, right?
He still could go.
And huh?
He still could do something though. He could be a
Yeah,
killer.
but you gotta understand he had that injury. I'm not saying he can't play basketball. You gotta understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Klay Thompson can't play basketball. Here's what I'm saying. You so Dallas got Anthony Davis, right? Then they got they got Klay Thompson. They got Klay Thompson. Both of them are injury prone, right? Anthony Davis just a little bit more injury prone. And so if Dallas and then Kyrie just got injured, right? I remember he got injured when LeBron and they were in the playoffs, right? That one year. You remember
Yeah.
that? So if you take Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson. The only ones left is Lively, PJ, and Galford, and they got a bunch of young people. They got a bunch of injured players, so that's why Dallas ain't gonna do nothing. I just believe like when they're healthy, yeah, they play good. When they're healthy, Dallas is a scary team because Anthony Davis is out there for, but you just don't know. He step on somebody's foot, he gone. He limping to the side, right? And I think like, when you look at the trades that happen around the league, I just think that it's time for us to jump in there and you look at Jason, you look at Bam, right? You look at Bam, we need a physical presence, right? And I think Kessler is a 7-footer, but is he going to give us that physical presence? I mean, he offers like I don't know how many blocks he averages, right? And I think he averages more blocks than Bam, but Bam is the more physical player. I think if they're playing one on, Bam's gonna go at him. I think Bam is just gonna out muscle him.
Oh, and by the way, real quick, I gotta fix what I said. So Kyrie didn't get a $19 million contract. It's $119 million for 3 years.
For 3 years?
Yeah, for 3 years. $119 million.
Oh boy. Wow.
So he took a pay cut. So he took a pay cut so the Mavs can stay under the second apron, and he wants to finish his career in Dallas. That's why he did that. Also, too, I wanted
Is that what he said?
You said what now? What you said, preacher?
No, I said, is that what Kyrie said? He wants to finish his career in Dallas?
Yeah, he said it on his because he goes lives on Twitch, and he says he wants to finish his career in Dallas, and then this kind of proved it too because he signed a contract extension with the Mavs to stay there. But just want to answer a question from that Heat fan. So he said, "Who we giving up for Bam? We're giving up pretty much our whole roster outside of like for Bam and Wiggins. But another thing too, people complain about, oh well, we're trading all these guys, but you got to keep in mind too, where was these guys when we need them in the playoffs?
But see, I don't. Okay, y'all gotta
Jason, you
stop
can't
looking
say
at
that because you
bro.
can't say that
Y'all
because
gotta
you got
stop,
mad at Gabe. You can't say that because you got
You
mad at
gotta
AR.
stop
You got
looking
mad
at
at Gabe.
basketball. No, listen. You gotta stop looking at basketball like as if two dudes entering into our roster and we're just throwing away 5, right? For 2 or 6, for 2 or however it goes, right? We got to fill up those other pieces. So those other 4 pieces or 3 pieces that we bring in, right? Are now it's going to be up to them to do their part. Yeah, we got the Andrew Wiggins and we got the Bam and we got the LeBron and we got the Luka, but it's like those other pieces that we just acquired are who are they, number one, and number two, are they going to be able to be good role players that we need? Because honestly, if you're trading off 5, 6 players getting back to you gotta look at our salary cap, a lot of other things.
Yeah, but you also got to keep in
here.
mind
So
too, though.
like,
You also got to think of it too, because LeBron likes Bam. He said Bam is the new splash brother, and Bam and Bron just don't say that just to say that. So you got to think of it too.
Bron
I know
be bigging
Bron
up
be saying
everybody,
stuff,
man.
but
LeBron be
if I'm
PR
Rob,
stunning.
no, but if
Man,
I'm Rob,
Hey,
I'm like, hey
JC.
LeBron, like,
yeah.
hey, like I know Luka's fine with it. I know he's fine with it. Luka's not that type of guy that says no or yeah, whatever. But Luka's just a guy who just wants to hoop and he wants to try to win a championship with whatever group he has. But LeBron,
I
since
don't
he's the
think
one who
so.
has the player option, like, hey, Bron, like if we get Bam and Andrew Wiggins that help you and Luka out and have their, chances to win a championship, are you willing to take a pay cut
See,
for Bam
Gerald,
and Andrew Wiggins? And that's
Gerald,
where what?
I think you're misinterpreting the relationship that the Lakers have with LeBron, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, they drafted his son, right? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But how many times did AD beg for a center? And how many times do you think LeBron went on the behalf of AD to go get him a center and they still did not bring one, right?
Yeah,
So
I agree with you. And I feel
hold
like
on,
and
hold on. Now
go
when
ahead. Yeah, go
Luka,
ahead.
hold on. Now when Luka requested, I want a center, what happened the next week? Who got sent out? Dalton Connect
You mean the
immediately.
next day? You mean the next couple of days? But continue.
So what I'm telling you is this is Luka's team. I love LeBron, but this is gonna be Luka's team.
Right.
This is gonna be Luka's team. So Luka
Correct.
gonna have to give the I'll play with him. It ain't
Yeah,
LeBron.
but
LeBron ain't going nowhere talking
Luca
about something.
also knows too that Bam is a very good player, and he know that Andrew Wiggins is a very good player. But the thing though, the difference between Luke, like like what you get for Luca is exactly what you get for LeBron
Yeah.
because they both need the same type of player. However, Braun is gonna Luca still wants his money. That's why he's upset because he got traded, but more importantly, he lost an opportunity to get $60 to $70 million. That
Yeah,
was
but he
the
made
issue.
that back. But he made that back off out the Jordan release.
No,
He
true,
made,
but
he did that.
he wants all of his money, and I respect that. Which he will get all of his money later down the career. But the reason why I said Braun because you know a lot of people go to Braun, not me, but a lot of people
No,
like, hey, Braun, you better
no, they
take a
don't.
pay cut. Excuse
No, they,
you. Uh,
no, they.
you get what I'm saying? But like we're raw because Braun was going to take a pay cut last year for a Wash DeMar, Klay Thompson, Jonas Valanciunas, and all these guys. And if I'm wrong, I'm like, hey, he was willing to take a pay cut for these guys. Yes, we didn't get them, but we have an opportunity to get Bam and Andrew Wiggins. Are you willing to take a pay cut for
Look,
them?
bro,
And
Bro,
Braun
this
ain't
is
gonna
what
take no pay cut for Andrew Wiggins.
not taking no pay.
no, but it's more than just Andrew Wiggins. You hear one part of the
But you,
message, AG.
Bro,
Like
I
the
heard
main
Bam,
prize
bro.
is
I
Bam.
heard
The main prize
okay,
is Bam Adebayo.
bro, but then you gotta be realistic though, then, bro. Like even Bam, Luca, and Braun, that's still not enough though.
and a pay cut's not.
Not for what we're gonna
And
have to
that's why I
send
said
No, but a
out.
I
pay
would like
cut
to get
frees
Andrew
up
Wiggins.
more money, so you don't
No,
become a second
No, it
agent.
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yes,
No,
it
it
look,
does.
doesn't.
look. He want us
Braun
to.
taking a
He want.
discount. Rob
So
still got. I'm not
he
saying this
want
is
the
going to
look.
happen.
So you want the team to look like how when Westbrook came in, we started signing
Oh,
Carmelo,
I hate
Anthony,
when
Dwight
people
Howard
use this example.
for
I
like
Well,
these
hate
here's
when
one-year
what
I
deals.
hate when people use this
That's
I think we
example,
need.
true
We need a
bro.
center, right?
Jazz is
We
spitting.
all agree. We all agree on what we need a center, right? We all know we need a center. We
I
all
hate
know
when
we
people
need a
use the
big man,
Westbrook
right? So we're
example.
not
It's
gonna
so
argue about
annoying.
that. That's not a debate. Regardless if we want Bam, Kessler, or whoever you want to throw in there, we need a big man, right? Then we need a perimeter defender.
You get two needs in one trade.
We need a perimeter defender, right?
Okay, but okay, go ahead, go ahead.
So we need, and that's why I said if you don't like Andrew Wiggins, well, put your defender in there. Go out and say, hey, I like to. But we need a big man and a perimeter defender because Rui's not it. Rui, we know Rui. Hey, he can hit that three, but when it comes to playing defense, this dude, he halftime comes out with skates, right? And we know he can shoot the three, but when it comes to like him defending, he's just so slow. He's mobile. He just move one way, the other guy goes his way. It takes him like 18 minutes to move the other way. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Wiggins can stay with, the defender, and he can go out and get a bag, right? Andrew Wiggins can score for himself. He can get points, right?
So
And
where was
so
Miami? Preacher man, where was Miami
I knew you were gonna say that.
during the playoffs?
Well, you gotta understand his dad, and we had a conversation about this. I feel like you know he's moved past that. He was still in mourning at that time when in the playoffs where his dad had just that year his dad
No,
passed,
no, I'm just
and
I'm just
so
saying like where did they place in the playoffs last year? I was just
oh
asking
shoot, I don't even
where did
know.
they place.
I don't know, maybe four or oh no, they were eight. I think 7 or 8. I think they played Atlanta.
Oh, okay,
They
okay,
played Atlanta, and so, but we all know that's just not enough. I don't think
right,
Bam's not a franchise player. Okay, so it's not like Bam's a franchise player. Andrew Wiggins is a franchise player. Those guys that got on the team are franchise players. They're not like Jokic, right?
right.
It's only you could probably with your hand right now, you can name probably 5 franchise players in the league.
Dang.
I would say Giannis,
Yep.
right? Because he won a championship with Milwaukee. He stand pat. He stayed there. He got a championship, right?
Yeah.
Jokic is one. I would say
Yep.
Victor. Victor is you can start a franchise with him. He's not a champion, but you can start a franchise with him.
Curry.
He's just right. Um, Ant Man, right?
Yep.
He's so there's so many players around. It's not a lot of players you can say, hey, franchise player. I'm going to build around it. No, because it's not
Right,
like that
right.
anymore. It's a team sport, right? Because when Jokic wasn't
Yeah.
scoring, Murray at that time, Murray was the clutch player in that when it came down to it.
Yeah. You would know, oh, it's gonna be Murray with the ball at the end of the game.
Because it was Murray that actually scored
Yeah.
over Austin Reeves that put us to
Yep.
bed. And then he
And
did it again
and AD
against
too.
Anthony Davis.
Yep. Man.
So
Mm,
so there's not a lot of franchise players no more that you can count you can count them on your hand. And
yeah.
so Miami's just one of those teams. They play in Atlanta, and even like Trey Young's not a franchise player. And Atlanta's finding out the hard way. Sometimes you
All right,
draft players.
wait.
Some
Time out, preacher. Hey, man.
No, I disagree. The Hawks ain't just
Trey
had no
Trey
good
Young's not a
squad.
franchise player. But you know
They ain't
why? I'm
had
about
no
to
good
prove.
squad.
I'm
they don't
going
have
to
a good.
tell you reason why he's going. You can put. I don't care who you put on Atlanta. Right? They
Hmm.
got Porzingis now. I think. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's
Correct.
still he's still not going to be a high seed because Trey.
Yeah,
Look,
because they don't got a good squad.
but even if he's just not a franchise player. Sometimes you draft a player and that player can, like, you look at LaMelo Ball, right? LaMelo, the
Right.
boy's putting up what, 27,
Man.
26.
Oh
Hold on,
Melo.
27. He's putting up beautiful numbers, MVP like numbers, really. I
Yeah.
mean, but he's not a
But nobody wants to
franchise,
play with him.
right? But he's not. There you go. You just said it. He's not a franchise player.
But why would you not want to play? The
But
difference between Melo and Trey Young is that Trey Young he has developed his game where he will get himself going first, and then everyone
Right,
else
but he's
has.
not a franchise
Now,
player. Okay.
because no, wait, hold on. Now Hawks fans get mad at him for trying to get others involved first, and then he gets going. He
Right.
cares about getting everyone involved. He's not
Okay.
Carmelo Anthony, where Carmelo Anthony is just ball hogging the ball, hitting minis, and then said, "I f your girl last night." Trey Young is
Right.
not
whoa,
doing
whoa,
that.
whoa.
Nope.
That's what
Hold on,
Melo.
real
No,
quick.
that's what Melo will
Mm-mm.
be trash talking about.
So
He said
so
that to
so so
KG
real
multiple
quick.
times. I'm just saying that's one example. Like Melo will pretty much hit a mini, boom, give him the ball, boom, not passing
Right.
nobody. I'm ball hogging, hit a mini, boom. Yeah, I hit your girl in the back last night. What you gonna do about it?
So
That's Carmelo. Trey Young's not doing that.
so
Trey
the
Young gets others
definition.
involved first. That's why John Collins got that contract.
Okay, but
That's
let
why
me ask
Capella
you
got
this.
another contract. Kevin Herter got paid. Everybody got paid.
Let me ask you this.
So
Okay, because
okay,
we're
but
talking about I'm talking about franchise players, and
I
not
was gonna
not
give the
great,
definition of franchise player, so
not
they
great.
can
Well, I'm just
understand what
gonna
you're
say a
talking
name. Two players. I'm just gonna say two players. And
about.
who
All right,
would
go
you
ahead.
take? Would you take Shea or Trey Young?
Shay. Oh my God! Immediately. What?
Okay,
Well, now
then
I'm gonna
Shea.
say Shea
No,
because,
it depends.
but
No,
No,
it's
no,
it
no,
depends
bro.
on.
no.
Okay, hey man, look, what's not
Whoa. It
fair
depends.
is, bro,
It's
you
not.
ain't,
That's not fair,
bro.
bro.
They ain't
That's
put
not
no
fair.
team,
Why ain't it
bro.
fair? They're both
Bro,
they're both
they
playing
haven't
No,
put,
it's not
same
fair
bro, they
position.
because
haven't,
They're
they
point
haven't
guards,
put
right?
no team around.
let me speak as a Hawks fan.
Okay, go
As a
ahead.
Hawks fan coming out, because I'm real truthful too, preacher. I'm not just biased to be biased. I'm going to let you. This Porzingis trade,
Hmm.
I promise you, people will say, "Oh, yeah, Conley might get traded to the Celtics." I said, if a Conley was traded, if Jalen
We should
Johnson
get
traded
Conley.
for, I'm just saying, for example, if these guys are traded, I'm out. I like Porzingis, but I'm not finna trade a combo who plays over 60 games
Yeah,
for a
he's
guy who has
hmm
breathing problems
and
and
his
only plays
reach too.
20 to
His
40.
reach, yeah.
Right. But the difference between SGA and Trae Young is that, okay, so SGA's team is very good. Can we all agree, yes or no? It's not just
Yeah, you
SGA.
got to tread lightly when you talk about
No, that's
OKC and
true.
and Shea.
I'm just
No,
asking a
that's
question.
true. Atlanta
No,
ain't got
does
no team.
OKC do the OKC Thunder have a very good team? Yes or no?
They got a very
They,
good team.
They have
they
a
got
very
a
good team,
solid.
right?
They got a solid team.
Let's flip. So since you said that, let's flip because Trae Young don't have a Chet Holmgren. He don't have a Isaiah Hartenstein. He don't have a Lou Dort. He
Yeah, I'm
don't have a
listening, y'all.
J
I just
Dub.
gotta.
He
I'm
don't
gonna
have a
tap out real
Caruso.
quick. Okay.
He don't have none of those guys that SGA has. By the way, people talk about SGA being a good defender. When SGA I've seen him get hunted in the finals consistently. He was getting busted in the face by Andrew Nembhard. Step back, James Harden, boom, boom, boom. Step back in your mouth. Pause. Yay, yay, in your mouth. right? Pascal Siakam punking him in the paint. SGA is not a good defender. He's overrated. Overrated defensively. So
I
if you
mean,
switch, you put Trey Young with OKC and you put SGA with Atlanta, the same results are probably going to be the same for Atlanta, and the result is probably going to be the same for OKC. Nothing is changing. You could do the same thing with Luca with You could do the same thing with Luca and Halliburton. You put Halliburton on the Lakers and you put Luca with the Pacers. The Pacers win a championship, and the Lakers same spot. I promise you.
I mean,
It's
people
it's it's,
forgetting though.
it's
No,
what you build around
people
your
people
guys. The
forgetting Trey
Thunder,
Young.
the
Didn't Trey Young go
Trey
to the
Young went to
conference
the Eastern
finals
Conference Finals with
with no
John Collins
squad?
and Clint Capella as the second and third option. He was making John Collins look like Blake Griffin from the Clippers. Trey Young legit tell and for some reason people tell me, oh, well, John Collins don't want to play with Trey Young no more. Trey Young legit told the front office to pay my man. Are you serious? Pause.
Trey Young
Trey
is
Young
a
told them to
he's a
pay Kevin
franchise
Herter,
player, bro. They just ain't got no
Pay
spot.
Pay John Collins, and pay Clint Capella. But those same players that he said, hey, they deserve their bag, are the same players that don't like him. Come on, bro. You put Trey Young with OKC, they're still winning a championship. I think a lot of people forget too. Trey Young is a very good playoff performer. I don't.
No, for sure. I ain't,
Trey Young went to the Eastern Conference Finals with McDonald workers.
I mean, that was Preacher Man. I guess he's talking
No,
down
that's preaching.
Trey.
No, that's true. But like, I hate. Again, I try to be realistic with Trey Young as possible because Trey Young is horrible defensively, but I've also seen him defensively too when he wants to be a good defender. There's been stints where I've watched Trey Young and I said, hold on, did this thing just lock up Damian Lillard for 2 minutes in the clutch? What is this? And there's some minutes I'm like, bro, Trey Young, you have to be aggressive. I'm an honest Hawks fan, right? Like if you put SGA with the Hawks, same situation.
So you're
Same
not a Laker
situation.
fan?
You put
Yeah,
Trey
but
Young
you
with
gotta
OKC,
understand though, dude.
you're
But
winning the
see,
championship. It don't
nobody
matter.
wants to come. Nobody really wants to come to Atlanta. That's just
That's
another
what
point too.
I'm saying. Like, I don't get that. I don't get that, bro. But anyways, so Sports Hub Avenue said, "What is going on?" We're just talking about Bam Adebayo and Andrew Wiggins, maybe to the Lakers. We're talking about, um, we're just having fun talk. Uh, that I don't either. I get y'all don't want to see Rui go, but if Rui has to go for a championship, I don't care. I love you, Rui. I will never forget the times you made me some of that good orange chicken, egg fry. I love you, bro, but you have to go. We're brother, we're homies, but if you're telling me you have to go for me to win a championship, you got to go. I'm sorry, you have to go. You have to go. Same thing with Austin Reeves. Same thing with Jared Vanderbilt. Same thing. Nobody is stopping me from winning the championship. The only players that are untouchable is Luca, LeBron, DFS when he re-signs his deal, and Bronny. That's it. 4 players out of the whole roster is untouchable. Everyone else can go. So, you know, right. And that's the thing too, though. Turn like But with Bam Adebayo and Andrew Wiggins, it increases your championship window. I don't care. I could care less about reason. But I admit I have a soft spot for. I have a soft spot for Rui too. Rui is my. I love Rui, but dude, you can't defend. You can't rebound consistently enough. You're scared of contact, and you have to go. You and Braun do not fit together, bro. Offensively, you do, but defensively, you don't. I'm sorry. You have to go. One the question is once we get Claxton, what the Lakers going to get the 8th pick in the draft? I don't know. No, but see that's the thing though, bro. Like we just seen Boston and Denver win a championship with only like 7 to 8 guys, bro. If you can just get 7 to 8 guys regular season, you can use your your two-way guy, your two-way players. deepen your bench, whatever. Pause. Yay, yay. But postseason, you only need 8 guys, and the only guys that are going to get minutes is LeBron, Luca, Wiggins, Bam, whoever you're starting two guard is or whatever. DFS, right? And then if you could just get me like a Gary Trent Jr. off the bench, a Dennis Schroeder or whatever, those are going to be your guys in the playoffs. So I think y'all overrating the bench. The bench is easier to solve, and then not only that, you're going to have players that didn't want to take a vet minimum that are going to take a vet minimum to be a Laker because one, Luca's here, two, Bam and about like this increases your championship window to where like, oh, hey man, I want that bag, but hey, if I just take a vet man to play with the Lakers, woo, I can get that bag next year and I can win a championship. Shoot, let me do that. I think y'all really are overrating the bench a lot, in my opinion. I think that's what y'all doing. But we're gonna keep this stream going for, I will say, maybe 5 to 10 more minutes. Um, and I'm going to end the stream. We got 315 people here, bro. Like, that's crazy. Rob again, that sloppy from Genie. Yeah, Victor, you need to chill out, Brody. I'll mute you for that. Yeah, chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Yeah. Let me see if there's any breaking news happening. The St. Louis Cardinals win. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I will be joining the bandwagon, man, if Rob don't make no trades.
Okay.
So Cuba, get that contract ready, little nigga.
All right, Cuba.
Get my jersey. I want jersey number. Give me 24.
Nigga, you ain't getting no
I want
jersey, nigga. You gonna be the
I
water
want
boy,
jersey.
nigga.
I want
Nah,
jersey.
nigga, you gonna be that water boy, nigga.
So it
You're
can
gonna
be
be my
like
water boy.
when Kobe requested a trade when they didn't want to get him no help. Remember that? You remember that when Kobe was like, "Man, y'all
That's
better
fine.
trade me, man."
That's fine. You gonna be my water boy. Pause. You ain't
I'm
doing
just
nothing.
joking, Cuba. Cuba ain't no little nigga, man. Cuba the big homie, man. Cuba the big homie. Salute, Lewis in the chat. I see you in the chat. Steve Go Shoot in the chat. I see you. Victor in the chat. I see you. Tuned in the chat. What's up, man? But yeah, I think Gerald dropped out for a moment. So but yeah, I honestly I don't see us trading 6 dudes for 2. I don't see it happening unless we about to really go get some great role players in the G League, man. You know what I'm saying? Because don't get me wrong, I'm not against getting Andrew Wiggins and Bam, right? But y'all got to think about, well, who else you gonna get after that? You know what I'm saying? But
A lot of people haven't. Who are the people that have him fall into the draft? Who y'all even talking about? Oh, Derek Queen. Oh, okay. Salute to my man Derek Queen from Baltimore. You know what I'm saying?
man,
Blake Ray says trade LeBron for Giannis. Old man trash. Okie dokie. My
that's
question is why.
crazy.
My question is why would LeBron want to go to Milwaukee? Because he has no trade clause. I need people to, before they say stuff and act stuff, I need them to critically think, right? Why would the Bucks do this? Like how JC just said, well, why would the Celtics want to trade with the Lakers? Oh,
Yeah.
Same thing goes
Yeah.
with this. Why would the Bucks want a 41-year-old LeBron for a Giannis who's in his prime? And then secondly, why would LeBron James decline his no trade clause to the Bucks to where they're garbage, they're a mess, and then Dame is not playing, he's not coming back until later on the year. And guess who's LeBron James' second option? Kyle Kuzma? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
crazy.
Okay. Yeah. So just think about that. LeBron's not leaving the Lakers, and even if he leaves, the Lakers are not. Yeah,
But LeBron is not going to end his documentary on
him
the
being a
Bucks.
Milwaukee Buck. Yep. Nope. Nope.
The final chapter,
My
Milwaukee.
final chapter is he
Please,
going to the Milwaukee Bucks with Damian Lillard, who's on the
please.
Clippers. It's not that. Yeah, I just want to. I would like to decline my no trade clause to go to Milwaukee and be with the Kyle Kuzma and watch Brook Lopez and torn Achilles Damian Lillard. Yeah. Like LeBron's not doing that, bro. Just stop.
That's out.
Just stop.
And the Lakers can't have two niggas that we can't understand what they're saying in a press conference.
Right, like the Giannis or I would like to get some. Do y'all have a Chick-fil-A? Oh, y'all have In-N-Out, y'all? Yeah. I would like to get the In-N-Out burger with onions and with some ketchup and no mustard, no mayo. And I would like to get a Greek freak milkshake. What's a Greek freak milkshake, Brody?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
crazy.
would like to have that. And Luca, we're here
Freaky
to bring
milkshake.
culture to the Lakers. You get what I'm saying, brother? You get
That
what I'm
sounds
saying here.
nasty.
That's exactly how it's gonna be saying, Brody. I'm good.
Ugh.
Giannis
A
is not
Greek
easy to
freak?
understand, Blake. I don't know where you get that from, but he's not.
And his jokes are terrible too, bro. His
Yeah.
jokes are
Let me feel your hand. Pause. I want to feel
whoa.
that little bit of OI. You get what I'm saying? I want to feel a little bit of OI.
Yeah, I
What's
don't know
OI?
about
What's
that.
OI? I don't know what OI is, Brody. You meant to say, oh yeah, OI. Bruh. Are you
Yeah, it's
serious? No, Giannis is low key funny, but like, yeah, I with the championship with the Lakers, and because LeBron James is my goat, and I love Kobe, and we got Luka Doncic, and that's why I want to come over here and win the championship. I'm gonna try to bring all my guys here too. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, just keep that in mind, folks. Just keep that in mind. But we'll keep the stream up for 3 to 10 more minutes, maybe. It depends, because we have like 313 people watching. You know what I mean? And I don't want to ruin that momentum, but at the same time too, though, like, you know, you know what I mean. Time to put Old Yeller 23. Then okay, buddy. Yeah, we need the Lakers need the more star power once the GOAT retires, and that's why I came over here. You know what I'm saying? They thought so. Yeah, that's why I came over here to because my wife. My Greek freak wife, she's a freak in the bed. She was a Laker fan growing up, and she said that if you don't come to the Lakers, you're not getting hit no more. And I was like, I come to the refuse, and that's gonna be honest, bro. That's going to be honest. I mean, Victor, you laughing, but am I wrong though? Like, I'm sorry, DJ. I'm sorry for the last part, but that's how Giannis gonna be saying. And that's what he be. I want to be a Twitch streamer, me being with the Lakers, being a big market. I can get all the views from tweeting, and like, I'm not gonna understand what you're saying, man. Rob likely stand pat. If you think that, then whatever. Uh, A1 said Rob only offering Vando, Gabe, and Kleber. Hey, see what I can get you on the market. Ask some picks, and let's see what that can get you on the market, Brody. I don't hate it. I know a team who be okay taking these contracts on is Portland for DeAndre Ayton, but we hate him for whatever the reason is. But it's cool. Just just keep that in mind, folks. But yeah. hmm I like Mark Williams, but uh, he's damaged goods, bro. Like, it sucks. Victor Simpson said they messed up big time trading for Kuzma. No, during that time it was understandable because his contract declines every year, and because Chris Middleton was not playing, and they just needed a younger, better 3-and-D option, and that was Kuzma, who was horrible in the playoffs. Um, who was horrible. He's since leaving the Lakers, he's been an awful 3-point shooter. Just keep that in mind, folks. But yeah. Okay, Steve Dennis, not a brainer according to you. I expect the Lakers to go for either Malawat or Queen. Make sure you are back on the stream. Westwood said they're trying to figure out how to send Caesar's push for Giannis. Might as well target Bama Wiggins instead. Two had over one pause. Hey yo, yeah. I want Steven Adams and another big. Sorry, Blake, we're not getting Steven Adams, buddy. He's with the Houston Rockets, and he signed that 3 year contract extension, that's not happening, brother. That's not happening, brother. This is so annoying. I can feel like we're standing packed. No, because I think Rob knows too. Well, if I stand in pack, you know what? I'm going to be fired, and I don't want to be fired. So I have to do whatever I can to bring a championship to LA. You know, build a contending team so we can win the championship. That's what legit what Rob has to do. But yeah. Rob doing nothing. If you think so, I need once we make a move. I don't want just saying, "Oh my god," nothing. Just stay on that side. All right, just stay on that side. You know, just watch your back, meat. You said, "Whoa," you said Rob was not gonna make a move this summer, but God had a better prophecy. Just keep that in mind, folks. Just you know what I mean. LOL Wood. Tune says Steve, and you should know Lakers are better than this. Lakers are not definitely not going after Mom Richard Queen. Raw making calls. I don't believe it. He's not doing nothing. Yeah, I think he is, bro. I think he is for sure. Or just waiting, or just waiting like the Godfather. Yep, that could be the case. Maybe he's just waiting patiently. To what I mean? Just to be patient so a team can be groveling on their knees and say, Rob Pelinka. No, I don't know if I should pay dinner do it or not, but and Jaden Ivey, but give us Austin Reeves and we'll give you these two, and we'll give you 2 first-round picks. So just keep that in mind, folks. What's up, Detroit God? Yeah. How you doing, brother? It's good seeing you. You Mr. Bust those grapes or something? I haven't seen you in a year or so, but it's good seeing you, bro. Salute to my brothers. Good to see everyone. Yes, sir. First thing we need to secure is we need a big man. I don't think this could be a problem with the new ownership. They are deep, very deep pockets. Pause. Yeah. Don't worry about it. We'll be assessed. And Magic Johnson's going to be. Yep. Great busted. Pause. Yeah. Lakers have more connections than you think. Grizzlies current GM for sure. It was Lakers intern. If you know, you know. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Y'all keep sleeping on Rob Pelinka. Look, Jeannie Buss was holding my demon back, bro. Like y'all don't understand, man. Jeannie Buss was holding him back. Man, Rob Pelinka's gonna make some moves this summer, and I'm gonna look at y'all crazy. We made a good move too that helps the team get better. Where was y'all at when y'all said we ain't making moves? Yeah. I bet $20 that Rob Pelinka is making at least one move this summer. If you want to make that bet, my Cash App's Zero Sports Junior, and I'm gonna get my money's worth because I know Rob Pelinka's gonna give me what I asked for and what we need. Because he gave me the script. Y'all don't have the script. I know the script. I ain't gonna give it out. You know what I'm saying? But I have the script. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't be surprised if we land KCP and Jaren Jackson Jr., bro. You have to think outside the box. Now, new ownership is gonna be is gonna have different friendships with different people. So now you don't know who the Lakers are going to treat. That is correct, Mr. Grapes busted. Pause. Yeah. Hey, wait. Whoa, Victor. Whoa, Victor. Whoa. Hey, brother. If we get Jaren Jackson Jr., I'm going to pause. Hey, yo, yay. That should be a timeout, but I don't want to make DJ mad, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's all good, brother. Let's keep it real. A lot of teams did not want to help a female win a championship, but now we've seen men done with the Dodgers. Yep, that's correct. Ella, I've seen the script. Yep, I have the script, bro. I have the script, Brody. In how many games has Porzingis played in the last 2 seasons? In the last NBA seasons, we don't talk about that. All right, Steve. We don't talk about that. Jaren Jackson Jr. does not solve a big man problem. He just wants a whole bunch of money. Tune said You sound mentally child. Whoa, not my whoa. Let's calm down, Jamal. Detroit guy said he's not a shutdown defender. If we get Wemby, we're not getting Wemby. All right, and chill out with the bust the nut. Pause, Brody. Lakers gonna sign Shaq to a 1 year deal. Um, you know what? I think it's time to end this. I think it's time to end the stream. I saw that, and I'm going to end the. Like nah. Well, what's up with y'all saying I'm going to nut and stuff? Like I don't understand. But Victor said, "Do you
Oh
think?"
my God. Yay. Yay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you think we should take a look at Kelly Oubre Jr. for the minimum? So Kelly Oubre Jr. makes I think $7 to $8 million. But if we can get Kelly Oubre Jr., y'all gonna have I'm going to be acting different because Kelly Oubre Jr. my man. You know what I'm saying? Him, Carl Anthony Towns, they my dogs, they my homeboys. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
those are the type of guys we need on this team, though.
Like Kelly Oubre Jr., he
Mobile
fine.
shooters,
Like he
bro.
fine. He's a good defender, athletic. He can shoot. You know what I'm saying? Him and Luka Doncic is a backcourt will work. He come off the bench, give you bench scoring. Like that's you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Um, Steve said, "Hey yo, what the f? Rather sign no life Shaq is crazy." Blake Ray said, "I'm going to bust in your." All right, bro. I should meet you for that, but
Oh
I'll let you
my
slide.
God. Yay.
I'm gonna
Yay.
let you slide.
Hey,
I'm gonna let you
hey,
slide. You're gonna be the All Star
moderators.
center.
Hey, moderators. Do your job. Get him out of here.
Moderators. Can y'all
Like,
mute
bro, you're
Brody? I don't
doing
want to
too
mute him.
much, bro.
Yeah,
Doing
I
way
don't
too
want to.
much.
I don't. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to mute. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get mad. I appreciate you, Steve. Much love, Brody. I don't want to. Yeah, because you don't even know my. I don't know if you're joking or what, but I'm gonna let you slide. All right, I'm gonna let you slide. Detroit guy said you don't need a all-star center when you have Luka as the point guard. He's going to make an average center look turn into all. Yeah, but I also want I also want a center that can create for his own shot, not just catch lobs and dunks and everything. But yeah, Amir Coffee would be another option. He said, Detroit guy said, I appreciate you, Steve, for saying, I got him. He got him. Pop, pop, pow. Got him. Handcuffed. Prison to horny jail. That is correct. What? Horny jail. Gotta go. Sorry. We're not saying busted in your, we're not
I
saying none of
lock
that.
him.
We ain't saying none of that.
I'd lock him.
Cuba
I
said you
lock
didn't have to
him. I
read that, my
lock him
guy.
up.
I didn't have to, but I want to, and I wanted a moderator mute him because that was so unnecessary.
I lock
Um,
him up right next to that man. If you know who I'm
yeah.
talking about with the
Hey,
D.
wait, what is up with y'all? What is up with y'all? I'm going to huh? What's sucker? What's wrong with y'all? Like, what is up with y'all today? Di- huh?
That's how you know he gonna.
Like what is wrong with y'all?
That's how you know he gonna beat his case. You got all these freaky people
Huh?
getting on here.
What is wrong with y'all, man? What is wrong with y'all? Busting his hound, huh? What? All right, bro. Y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it. Strong mindset said, "Do you think the Lakers are going to make a trade or will send?" I think we're going to make a trade. If we don't make a trade, then Rob is fired. So, I mean, he has no choice but to, make a trade.
Yeah, but you gotta understand though, man. Like team simply, bro. When you team simply, especially when we got Luca, and apparently based on the reports, teams ain't get the opportunity to get Luca. Like teams ain't gonna try and help us, bro. And that's why I'm almost. And I hope it don't happen, but I feel like we're gonna have to bring back a lot of the same team that we had this year. Because these teams, how do you get Kristaps Porzingis for a small fry and a four piece? That's pretty much what they gave up.
Yeah, bro.
And with us, they gonna want 5 picks.
Wrong stream
This
for some of these dudes. Yep. Gerard
these
going to get
big
fired. How
guys,
am I
like
going
you
to get
said, Bam.
fired?
I'd like it. I'd I'd like for Bam to come, but again, I just don't see teams, especially the Heat. I don't see them trying to help us get better. No, at least not with us gutting the team. And even if we gave them the whole team, they just don't want to do business with us. If they're going to ask for the whole team, then that just means they just don't want to do business with
It
us.
great. It is great. Hold on, let me see. It grapes busted. and it's not the time of the season yet. Yeah. Look at y'all, bro. Look at you, look at you, look at you, OG. You caused this, bro. You caused this. Bro? All right, bro. I'm out. Thank you, AG. Yeah, look, see, y'all saying all this weird, wild stuff in the chat is I'm out, bro. Thank y'all again for being here. We have I enjoyed, streaming today. Look, we gotta keep it clean in the chat, bro. Y'all trying to make my man DJ look bad, bro, and we don't need that. And I don't want to mute somebody or time out somebody and I get in trouble. So that's why I want the chat, the mods in the chat to handle it. But um, yeah, man, appreciate you, AG. Appreciate you, Preacher. Appreciate the ones who what is the chances of AD coming back? I don't see that happening.
I want to. Oh
Uh,
my gosh, man, that's the only time, bro. If AD's on
yeah,
the desk,
I
that's the
appreciate you,
only
Steve.
way. That's the only way I'm gonna say Reeves gotta go.
For AD.
For AD, Reeves gotta go.
All right, yeah,
Luca,
yeah.
LeBron, and AD, man, Jerome, what are you smoking, brother?
Bro, but why you make it sound like I don't want that? It's not happening
Oh,
though.
it sounded, man.
No, it's not
Look, man,
happening.
look,
It's not happening.
look.
It's not happening.
Hey, all I gotta say is AD
That's
sees.
crazy, Cuba.
Look,
See, just for that, I'm ending the stream. Peace out. God bless. Have a
he
safe and
was
lovely
too.
day. Deuces. Don't want to hear
Salute.
nothing else. I'm out. Mamba out. Peace out. Cleveland, this is for you. AKA Trae Young finna win a championship for the next 5 seasons. Swoo woo. I'm out. Deuces.